Okay,
That's what she said. I know.
It's really easy to fluff. Yeah. All right, so welcome everybody. We're unboxing, to nobody at this point, but we're unboxing Regal Robot Chewbacca finally. And Steve's gonna do it with me, but it's gonna be off screen. He's doing everything off screen. He already unboxed his. He was impatient, so that's good. And my boxes came separate. My boxes came at one came yesterday, one came today, so we couldn't really do it yesterday like we wanted to, but whatever.
They've got a super efficient operation there at FedEx.
I cannot stand FedEx.
That happened to Barbara with her Prime One black suit Superman. Came 2 days, yeah.
Matt, I think they wanted to create that anticipation by giving you one box, tease you a little bit, and let you know the other one was coming.
Yeah. I was worried about it, man.
So you went to bed last night like, I only got the head.
Well, I didn't think. I thought I was gonna be okay with it. I thought I was gonna be cool with it, and then today, I'm sitting. I found myself sitting, looking out the window, just waiting, and I was like, I really want this thing to come in. So I'm glad it got here because we had already put everything up and everything. So, all right, let me get to it. Obviously, the boxes are big, but I'm small, so but they're still huge. So you're saying the really big box to start with?
Yeah.
Yeah, the heavier one, the one on top you got there.
This one. Okay.
That's got the base in it, so I would do that one first.
Let me put this on the ground. They're either one of them aren't very heavy.
No, not at all.
No.
Interesting. So I should have had these open already. I haven't had time. Had to feed my daughters. Stupid. So
Steve, has unboxing in peace changed your life in any ways? I'm just curious.
Oh, honestly, it's the Wookiee is now the center of the entire collection. It is everything else. You walk in the room, you miss everything else. You only see the Wookiee.
So that's what I was saying. Do you feel the same way, Steve? I feel like it detracts from other pieces.
Yeah, it does. I can see people walking in the room saying, "Oh my God," and going right for the Wookiee. Yep.
If it's too loud, just mute me, please. I don't want it to be super.
You're good. Well, we've got it all on you right now. We're going to zoom in on your butt, and
please don't.
So, Steve, are you saying that this is the depth of hot toys, my friend?
It's getting
no, it's not the depth of hot toys, but I've made no secret. Oh my God, Matt, shut up. Hold on, I'm gonna
every time Thor asks that about the hot toys, I can picture him. You remember Dr. Claw? You would only see his hand sitting in the chair petting a cat.
Yeah.
Thor's just waiting,
except for me, I got a giant 70-pound bulldog, but he's upstairs now.
I've made no secret of the fact that hot toys will slowly work their way out of the collection.
Yes.
But,
yes.
All right, so Matt now has the base in his hands.
Is that what that is?
Yeah,
it's all about that base.
And it's very happy to see him, apparently.
Oh yes.
So
it's very happy to see him. You're wrong, man. Oh boy.
And now that's the stand and the pedestal. Yep. Yeah. Hold on, Matt. Let me zoom in on you, Matt.
Hold on. This thing. Let me take this off.
Oh my God.
Now you better leave that on if you don't want any. If you don't want.
Yeah. You don't want any
forever,
Chewy hybrids running around.
Yeah.
Very short Wookiees. You have Ewoks basically running around.
You're
brutal. Brutal.
I think that's all that's in that box. Yeah.
I'll move this over here.
You know what you need to do, Matt, now is get that box out of that room.
Yeah.
Get it out of there, right?
I feel like I had so much stuffing in mine.
I'll just put it up here. I'll put it up here.
Yeah, that thing was nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Oh, so that seemed pretty.
Let me put the stuffing back in. Or you might want to mute me again. I'm going to put all the.
Okay, you muted. I have no problem muting you, Matt.
It's interesting. So the box that my bus came in is a little bit larger, so I think it may have just been what they had available or makeshift because
See,
I had
it's always
to.
a competition with Jason. I had the bigger
No,
box.
no. I literally had to like fish the bust out. I had to like dig through all the paper, and
Yeah.
it was like all over the room. I was just like, this is, and, I finally got to it and was like, finding the golden ticket. PJ.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Greetings, PJ.
Where's the
Yes,
boss?
this is on YouTube now, as far as I know, right? We went live on YouTube. So yes, you can find it on YouTube. Facebook user.
Where's the bust, Steve?
My bust
He is
is just off screen. I'm not going to steal from. I'm not going to steal the spotlight from Matt right now.
You couldn't wait 24 hours.
I couldn't. Do you know how hard it was just waiting the 4 hours I did wait? Oh my God!
What was the for? What were you waiting for hours?
Because I
Just
thought
see
that
it.
Matt
was
might
contemplating.
have a chance of getting it last night.
Oh.
And I was willing to wait till nighttime to do a dual unboxing. But then when I found that Matt's boxes were split across 2 days, I was like, sorry, Matt, I'm going.
Steve probably tore into that thing as soon as he heard, like, oh, Matt, you don't have it? Like, starts like.
Well, I was kind of pissed off because he didn't tell me that FedEx had only dropped off one box. I probably could have opened it up 2 hours earlier, but he kept.
Oh my!
He kept quiet about it. Oh wait, I think he's talking. Well, was that Matt?
2 hours earlier.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
What a
That's why I
sad
was like,
life.
really? God.
Talk about first world problems. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Matt,
I had
I was literally sitting in my basement next to these boxes, staring at them, saying, "When is Matt going to tell me if he got it or not? When is Matt going to tell me?"
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. So there's the flagpole thing. They really do pack this thing really well.
Yeah, it's triple wrapped, so have fun.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Chew's gonna have a hat head when you pull him out.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
It's kind of hot in the Millennium Falcon. You know how that is.
So, PJ, have you given any thought to getting this guy?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna get him probably next year. I just got too many things coming in. I'm definitely gonna pick up the Rancor that they're teasing, they're electing. That is definitely a must. Right away. It was either the Rancor or the bus. The Rancor was,
Yeah, it's a good idea.
That's
to
a
get the
tough one.
Rancor.
Yeah, that one was. I needed that first. And on top of that, I'm still getting the sideshow Rancor.
Yeah.
So
That's gonna be great for review purposes. Initially, that
It's
was
gonna be
my
awesome.
intention,
It's gonna be
and then
awesome.
I was gonna go for both as well and then sell one or the other. But it got to a point where it wasn't worth the trouble.
yeah, I'm just to be honest, I'm a big Rancor fan. Like I said, like those are Rancors are one of those creatures in Star Wars that I've always been drawn to. As a kid, and playing the video games and reading the books and comics, it's just such a cool looking design for a Star Wars alien or creature. So
Yeah, and you'll have the best of both worlds because you have one that you can display statuesque, almost like the 1/6.
yeah,
And then you have one that's like museum quality that will stand on its own.
yeah, and that's what I was planning to do.
There we go.
Hey, Matt.
Interesting. So, okay. So, it's cool. It's got a little plaque thing there. The
nice.
Chewbacca thing there. And then it's got the hole in the bottom, right? So you put it in the bottom there, which is really cool.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
Waiting for it. Just waiting for it.
Anything with a hole just warrants you to, that triggers you to say that's what she said. So
there you go.
I walk into it all the time with these guys.
In the chat, Blake says, congrats and thanks, guys. I had to order this last week. because of you.
Wow.
Wow! Congratulations, Blake.
Okay. Definitely,
You need
Blake.
to send us some pictures when you finally get
Yeah,
them out.
Impressive.
I'll try. Let me get once I get it together. I'll try to get it more in view. It's hard to.
Yeah, I would. That's a huge box. I would just throw that box to the side.
Yeah, I'm going to. There's another one up here that I had to move out of the way. So
Matt, at this point, I was
box.
checking out the bandolier with the real leather and the metal boxes.
yeah,
You know, you can see the construction of the boxes, 2 pieces. Yeah. Very
it's
cool
definitely
stuff.
it's definitely metal.
Yeah.
That
The other
my
thing that
first-
was really the other thing that was really noticeable about this is the stripe down the front of Chewie. You don't really, I never really noticed that hair was
hair.
different
Chewy hair all over me.
until I saw this. And
Yeah,
it
this?
really stands
Well,
out.
it's interesting, Steve. I think you can agree to this. I think the lighting, the strip looks much more prominent. It looks very two-tone from the live stream, and also the bandolier almost looks like a reddish orange, where in true color it's more of a lighter brown.
Hey, Matt, I'm going to zoom in just on you for a minute. You're not bending over or anything, so you should be fine.
I'm good.
Do you have like a crease, a horizontal crease?
Yeah,
there
right here.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that.
I'm sure. I think that's a packing thing. I think it'll probably what's it called?
Fluff?
Yeah, it'll probably either fluff out or settle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you probably just have to like brush it a couple times, and
because it was packed like this, kind
Yeah.
of, and so it just needs to settle out. I think.
yeah, probably like blow dry it or something. Well, I wouldn't blow dry it, but
Yeah.
just brush it out, and I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. This is super interesting. This flagpole holder thing. It's really
Yeah.
really crazy how
So
they do
my only complaint about the whole thing is that the détentes on that flagpole are too gross. It moves too much. That you have to keep it straight, because if you either
gross, like disgusting, or
no, like too coarse.
Yeah.
I got you.
If you tilt it one détente in either direction, then his head is way too out of whack.
You get a lot of this versus like a
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So right now yours is leaning back. You'll eventually probably want to make it go straight.
Yeah.
Would you adjust it without the head, or would you adjust it with the head?
Yeah. Actually, now's a good time for him to adjust it.
Yeah, I would do it now.
Matt,
adjust
I would
it now.
Undo the set screw too all the way. So the set screw that's on the side that screws in. Well, that's the wing nut. Yeah, you can undo that and then make it straight.
And then bring it towards you.
By the way, shout out to Aero Maestro. He actually he's been helping me try to pick up the PS5, which I was able to yesterday. He was with his updates and stuff. So shout out to him, man.
So does the head turning is just putting it in and turning it, right?
Right. So you need to.
This thing.
So the knob that's on the side, the set screw that's on the side, undo that to where it's not in the shaft anymore. That was the big mistake I made, and Chewie just sat on that set screw, and he was too.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made that mistake. That's okay.
And then trying to do it from behind, like when you go up and under from behind, it gets a little tricky because you only have so much room.
I have to go up and under from behind.
Yeah,
that's
so basically that's like a reach around, right?
Yeah, it's like a hard Chewbacca reach around.
Jeez, man.
Well, the opening is only so big. That's why. So
this is going south. This is going south real quick, people.
It is.
That's what she.
And it's only 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's a good seat, Steve. I like that with the Tyler Stouts behind it. It worked out well.
Yeah.
Nice
and comfy tonight.
And now the moment of truth.
A little note from Tom. It's nice of him to do that. Thanks. Awesome project. And buy other stuff from me. I can appreciate that. All right, let's see. So, see, is
Little
this the
COA.
COA? Yeah.
Yeah, but you need to also in there is the comb.
Oh,
The
okay.
comb
The pick.
is
Yeah.
inside.
The pick. The pick.
Not a pick.
Oh,
Yep.
Nice.
That chewy pick, dude.
You got the one with the fist on it? That's the pick I'm talking about, Jack.
It's got the old school Thor look. It's got the old school.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm
Um,
talking about. But you got to get that one with that fist.
That's that dollar store. That's the dollar store pick,
Damn, that's tight.
There
right?
you go.
That's
This nice
that's
little.
OG.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be so concerned about pulling hair out.
yeah, all right. So this is not advice. I don't know. You could probably talk to Tom about like brushing it out and stuff. I'm pretty sure there's YouTube videos on
There is, yeah.
YouTube. But a friend of mine, he's like my barber and hairdresser, whatever you want to call him, and he suggests usually like brushing it with the oils of your hands is usually the best way to kind of like nourish anything that's like hairish or whatever, like that kind of fabric.
You talking about when he does his chewies?
Yeah.
When he okay.
But is
When
it
he
like, how does the strands feel? Is it like
it feels like my gray hairs, like coarse, and you know what I mean, like.
yeah?
Do they get everywhere too?
That's what it feels like. No, well now they do. Now that I have so much gray hair, yeah.
I'm with you, Matt, on the gray hair.
Yeah. I mean, at least there's still hair,
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt. There's this thing leaves hair everywhere at first.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
And
I already
they
cut a
tell
look
you
into that.
it's basically all the hair that the glue didn't
Yeah.
hold on to. They just normal.
Yeah, I found a bunch on my shirt, so it's not a big deal.
I
Is
just
this,
want to know: do they?
What's this little guy?
The
The
plaque.
plaque.
Yeah.
Oh, plaque.
The what?
The plaque.
Black.
Oh, the plaque. Okay, got it. I'll open it.
The plane.
Jason, you've had yours for a week now, right?
Roughly, give or take. Yeah.
Like when you're looking at the hair, or feeling the hair, like is it like are they all? I guess you could say like plugged in, like, or are they just like how does it work? Like,
So on the face, you can see that you can tell the sections where it was laid out. So
Okay.
it was like done in strips and then overlaid.
Yeah.
See, you can see that if you get close enough upon inspection, you can tell that it's layered. But it's done so well that it's really, really hard to, discern between, like, especially the different colors. It's hard to see where one sort of begins and one ends.
gotcha.
It's
But
glued.
the
AJ.
hair is
It's glued.
it's glued down. Yeah.
Okay.
There's
Steve,
only
am
certain
I
areas.
muted?
No,
You mean
Mute me
mute?
because I'm about to.
he's gonna fart.
So PJ, I would say the one area, and I think Steve, you may be able to agree or maybe correct me, that looks like it may have had a little bit more hands applied is this, and then right here, and then the bridge of the nose, maybe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What kind of
So-
hair is that again? Do y'all know?
They said mohair. I think he said
Mo. What
Yeah.
the hell's a mo?
mohair. I don't know where that comes from.
It
It could be
feels-
like back shavings or something.
There's someone's.
Or they shaved down a real freaking Sasquatch named Mo or something.
Or,
It-
yeah, I
it
was gonna
fe-
say,
it
or maybe
feels
like
real.
someone manscaped themselves.
The hair feels real. It feels natural. I mean, not
Yeah.
only human hair,
So
but
mohair is a fabric or yarn made from the hair of the Angora goat, from a goat.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
So it's the pubes of a goat.
Yeah, yes.
Well, I was
I'm fine
gonna
with
go
that.
there, but you
I'm
went
fine
there.
with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Goat pube.
Let's see.
So
Yeah,
Matt,
just
the
do a-
video
just
that
do
you
all that.
didn't watch, warns you not to grab him by the face or anything like that when you open
Okay.
that up, and also gives you directions on how to take the bag up. Take the bag, lift it from the bottom up over the head.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're going in the direction of the hair on his forehead.
I
You're
got
not
you.
going
Over
against.
the-
You're
over
not
the
going
face.
against the. Yeah.
Over the face.
Yeah, over the face.
And then you want to, if you can, Matt, you want to like pinch him from the sides and
Okay.
avoid this area.
Avoid the face.
Yeah.
Copy that.
Yes.
Yeah, hopefully that crease will come out easily enough. I don't know.
It'll settle.
I would imagine it would settle.
So I left mine alone for about a day. I was playing more with the posability of the head, but before I did any styling to the hair or anything like that, I waited a full day. I waited till the next day to. I watched the video. I did like that Cobra look where he says pull the hair forward and work on the mustache part. So it'll do exactly what you need it to do.
Okay.
And just a little bit of clarification. His hair also has monocrylic in it, so there's a synthetic hair in there as well. So it's a combination of mohair and synthetic.
Matt, what would you do if you opened that thing up and it looked like the Force Awakens Chewbacca?
I would display it. I'd display it even more proudly.
It's gonna look like Grandpa Chewbacca. Remember Grandpa from the
the Christmas special?
Or what's Chewbacca's wife's name? Anybody remember Chewbacca's wife?
I remember B. Arthur.
Are we talking about Yaddle? We're not talking about Yaddle, right?
No, Chewbacca's wife.
Chewbacca's wife.
Oh.
I don't think anybody should know that answer.
Is that really canon, though? Is Chewbacca's wife canon? Like, is the Christmas special canon?
I don't know about in the Disney thing, probably not.
Because you know what, that'd be really cool if like Jon Favreau incorporated Chewbacca's wife into.
Because I want to say she might have been in some of those Dark Horse comics, maybe, but I don't think those are canon anymore. Okay. So yeah,
we got you muted, Matt.
Gotta be careful. Yeah. All right, I was gonna say I hope he doesn't have the razor in his hand. We don't want to. Oh fuck!
Yeah, that would suck.
There. Oh,
it's fine. He's just gonna cut the tape.
Then we'd have to send him back for reconditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof. I wouldn't want to ship this guy anywhere.
Oh yeah, that's it. Once he's in, he stays. There's no.
Yeah.
I even have.
So are you guys completely happy with your bus or Chewbacca?
Oh, I'm smitten. I love it. It's amazing, and it makes me as well, PJ, with seeing this, and I had already seen it, when I visited, but seeing it again and having it set up at home, it just makes me that much more excited for the other pieces, like the Rancor, and it really does. It gets me that much more amped for some of the incoming pieces.
You know what, Jason, you're getting the Rancor, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like asking like the customer service if I could just pick it up, just to save me money on the shipping, probably, right? Would it be cheaper to just pick it up?
It might be for you. I think shipping should only be because I think I paid like half what Steve and Matt paid for shipping.
Yeah,
because where my location is, and I got it next day. But I mean, I don't think they would be against it. All you have to do is just send an email in and ask. Can't hurt to ask.
Yeah, because I'm thinking
Hold on a second. Hey, Matt. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you. I wound up tearing that. Okay, he's got it. Never mind. Sorry, guys.
Oh, there it is.
There he is.
Force Awakens Chewbacca.
All right. So bag this way.
Yes.
Bag this way.
Nice and easy. Take your time. This is the most important part of it, right? Because you don't want to be pulling any hair off his face.
No pressure.
Yeah, or it's Chewbacca's wife's head.
Now that he's unboxing it, having one box one day, one box the other, I would have been livid. I really would have. I would have lost sleep over that.
Yeah, it was annoying.
Jason, that happens a lot in the statue community, right, Thor? Like,
I told him to happen to Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara. I've known it happening to quite a few people.
That would drive me crazy.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy too. That almost happened to my Prime 1 Venom. It came in 2 boxes, and it was weird. It was 2 tracking numbers, right? And one said today and one said tomorrow, and I'm like, what the hell is
I'm going to zoom in on Matt now. Yeah, I gotta zoom in on you.
Yes.
There you
Oh,
go.
look at that.
I look like those pictures you take when you go to the club and they got like that big background and shit. I love it. Oh
right.
man. Yeah.
Can I hold him like this?
Yeah, just be careful
Yeah,
around.
that's
Yeah, more like that. More like
So
that.
inside, stick your hand in his head. You'll find
Inside.
the post.
And you'll be able to clear out some of the hair that may be tucked under.
Yeah, I held him by the post inside his head the whole time.
I'm trying to find the chewy hole.
The Pimrika said this is way harder than delivering a baby.
It's a little work.
Okay.
Oh man.
Wow. Look at that.
Whoa. Oh, okay.
Oh, he's got a nice haircut right out of the box, Matt.
Yeah,
You're
he
lucky.
does. He's looking sexy.
Wow. Look at those eyes. They're piercing blue. Get the Sinatra
Yeah,
eyes.
man. That hair looking silky, man.
Now you could can you open the mouth or no?
No,
this
no,
one-
Not on theirs,
no.
He can
So
make one with a post mouth.
Okay.
Yeah, he can make one that way.
Man,
But
that's
But it
looking
was a
sharp.
lot more, PJ. It cost a lot more.
It does cost a lot more, yeah.
How much more would it cost if you could install like a voice, thing inside where?
Yeah. Chewy growl.
Yeah,
That shouldn't be too much. That something like that shouldn't be too much.
Well, you can get you some scope and just goggle and record that shit, and there you
Dude,
go.
his eyes are ridiculous.
Creepy, right?
Oh my god.
Matt, look at his tongue. Look in the mouth. Look at his tongue.
There's going to be a lot of
Yeah.
hair in his mouth. It took me a while to get the hair out of his mouth.
Yeah, I used
Yeah.
tweezers and a little bit of air blast to clean his mouth out.
Yeah.
That air blast. You gotta blast it with that air.
That
Yeah.
and I cleaned his. I had to clean his eyes. There was some fur in his eyes. I used tweezers.
Same here.
Interesting.
I had like 4 or 5 little pieces of glue kind of in different places hanging on his fur that I just needed to pull off also.
Yeah, it
this
came
is
off pretty
crazy,
easy,
man.
right?
He's got buck teeth. I mean, it's
Look at
just,
them. Look at the teeth, right?
Yeah, the teeth look real. It's crazy.
They're insane. His
The eyes-
nose.
the eyes are
I even love how the nose is like spotted. It's not completely. It looks like there's like skin coming through.
Yeah, man, this is it's
That's
pretty
beautiful,
crazy.
man.
Let me go up a little bit because it's yeah, there we go. But I mean, you can see the size of them, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Definitely not like. Well, now I look really small. Look at that.
That looks like Willy Wonka. Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
no, but like I knew it was gonna be big, and I which is what she said as well. But like I think I knew it was gonna be like a giant piece, but at the same time, it's not as like it's definitely displayable.
Oh yeah.
Like you can find spots for this.
I remember when I first set up the torso, I was actually disappointed by the size of the torso. I didn't think it was that big. And then I put the head on, and the head like made it like 3 times
Double
as
the
big.
size.
It really was.
Yeah.
But the torso on its own was I was underwhelmed a little bit, just a little. The head was just. I opened that head up and I gasped. I was like, "Whoa!"
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's funny you say that, Steve, because you're right. When you take the bust out by itself, it doesn't look like much.
Yeah.
But when you put the 2 pieces together, it really does complete this. Or like, whoa.
Yeah. It really does.
Let me
How
see
much
if I
does it
can get
weigh?
this on my phone.
How much is the weigh? Would you say?
Less than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Less than
Yeah,
10
it's like that.
pounds?
Yeah, he's very light.
Is it
Okay.
less than 10 pounds?
I
I
can't
would say
think
it
it's
is.
more than that. I would say less than
The
10.
Rancor, I know the Rancor they're making is 16.
Yeah, he's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I held
So-
that thing and it was heavy.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so it's pretty light, so it's not too bad.
No, which makes it. I like the fact that it's light. It's better to work with. And
Yeah.
it's better when
No, I
you're trying to compose. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. Especially if you want to move them around from
Well,
one spot to another.
I think now that Matt has his up and showing, Matt, have you had enough
I'm gonna-
spotlight? Can
I'm
we
gonna
show
no,
ours
not
too?
yet. Not yet.
No, he wants
I'm
He wants the
No one
attention
cares
first.
about yours, Steve. No, I was going to show you this real quick. I was going to see if I can
Mine's all brushed and ready to go.
Oh yeah, I had that problem.
Steve
too.
always does that.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Freaking hate it that it does that. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see. This is. Oh, I gotta do this.
You want me to
I
add
can't-
in?
Can't wait for your people to come in and see this, Matt.
She's gonna love it.
Yeah,
All right.
that's crazy. Look at the pink. Look at the pink next to the cornea,
Look
man.
at that. Look at the eyes, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, you see the little pink innards near the.
Yeah,
Good call, Gloria. It's
that's
the details.
crazy.
They don't miss a beat. That's one thing I got to give them. Tom doesn't miss a beat, man.
That is
Look at that
crazy.
teeth,
even like the
man. That's-
enamel teeth
That's crazy.
looks like he needs to visit the dentist. You know, like his teeth have been worn a little bit. He's even got some grays in there.
I mean, how is this guy 200 years old?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's a
I think
good
he
question.
was what, like 190 or something.
They weathered up the metal boxes, and the metal boxes are actually they got a little bit of not the hollow ones, the ones that are singular parts. They seem a little hefty.
It's crazy.
Oh man, that's insane. It's weird. I'm sitting right next to it, but looking at it on screen is just it's still got that wow factor.
So Matt, you got to put this guy in the bed and like have a picture of you laying in the bed with this guy.
Congrats, Matt. Seriously, that's
Big congrats, man.
Congrats,
Thank
congrats to you, Jason and Steve.
Yeah,
on
everybody.
on your Chewbaccas.
Who knew
Appreciate
the
it,
can of
guys.
worms we'd be opening, huh?
I know it's crazy, man.
Insane.
So
That
you
was quite the domino effect.
you can actually tilt the head, right? Here.
Yeah, like Steve said with the it's a matter of so the weight of the head would tilt on its own, but like you said, it kind of wobbles a little. It's tricky. It takes a lot of maneuvering to get it right.
All right, so there's Steve. So Steve, you didn't tilt the head at all on yours, right?
Mine was tilted already, and I liked how much it was tilted. Here's my issue though. I'm like freaked out about tilting that head at all because it's not clear to me how you do it. I don't know if it's got a belt and bend it. You know how like the post has two metal rods coming up out of it in there, Matt?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if you bend the rods or what you do.
No, you that's what the flagpole is, right? You turn the flagpole, you tilt it up.
You know, okay, so there's front back on the flagpole.
Right.
Then there's rotating.
But you're talking about tilt.
I'm talking about tilting the head to the side.
Yeah, I got you. I don't know.
I don't know how you do that, and I'm afraid to do it myself.
So that's the odd thing. So when I was there looking at the piece in person, right? You guys have all seen the behind the scenes when you hear Peter Mayhew's voice come out. That old man must be mad, you know?
Yeah.
It was funny because we had a laugh out of it. So Tom goes, yeah, if you want to tilt the head this way and that way, click, 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 2 seconds. And he's got the expression. And I said, oh, that's like the behind the scenes shot and Tom had kind of cut me off and said, oh, this old man. And that was the scene. And it had that expression and he just nailed it. So I was like, all right, simple enough. I spent 2 hours trying to get it and I can't. It's just like you said, Steve. It's either you keep it straight, or else you get a little bit of this or that. He nailed it perfect, and we watched him. Like me and Chris watched him toy with it, and he said, "Oh, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, seems easy enough." But then when I got it in hand,
you got to realize Tom has handled like so many of these Chewies. He's that one video of him like in a field of 50 Chewies. You know, he's dealt with a lot of these. He really has. So he probably has done it so many times.
But I took it as
Jason when he had yours,
yeah,
and he was because yours was the one that he was actually showing when he did the live stream, and when he had yours, he was like manhandling that thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, this thing. fall apart. But he does it, and it's no big deal. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, he was going to town on it, but it actually, when it arrived, even though I had to do a lot of, I might have opened the boxes upside down and backwards. I had a lot of packing to go through, but when I opened it, he was kind of already, he wasn't as, like, see how you have that little indentation and the hair's a little bit more feathered back? Mine was kind of already fluffed out a little bit. Plus, it didn't travel as far. It didn't travel as far or as long.
Of course.
So as you can see, I'll tell you the areas that I worked on. I'm just trying to get myself out of the image. Hold on, let me just turn them for a second. So I focused on hair, and then I kind of pulled it out. And I did it on the other side, like this.
Yeah.
And then I brought this forward. You can see that.
Yep. I need to do that
And
a
then
little bit on mine. Mine has a little bit of that already.
Yeah, so I just had a little bit of a hard time positioning the head, and then you can see the two-tone. I just took some of the hair from underneath, and then I started layering it and kind of twisting and mixing it together, so you get more of that, like, that uniform. See how you have it, like, where it's two-tone? If you spend some time kind of kneading through it, it'll mix through and give you, like, that uniform look right there.
Yeah, I gotta adjust that.
And then the head specifically, like I said, I just worked on this area and this area. So for the hairspray, I didn't go too heavy. I hairsprayed this. Steve, as you noticed, this might have been like a little bit lifted on yours as well. Maybe not.
I flattened it out a little bit with my fingers.
Just compared to the other parts. And then I just tidied up this a little bit. I kind of cleaned this area up as well.
That's the part, out of all the hair, that's the most tricky.
Yeah.
Does he recommend hairspray, or does he recommend any hair products?
He said you could do hairspray, but use it extremely sparingly.
Yeah, how about hair products, like, like a little bit of.
He doesn't mention anything else. He said He said do not use water. That's one thing he said. Do not use water.
For sure. No, don't use water for sure.
Don't use water.
Yeah.
So the thing I used basically gives a strong hold, and then it if you brush through it or even run your fingers across it, it breaks it up very easily. So it's not like a permanent, and it doesn't have that tacky sort of gluey feel that hairspray has. And what I did was when I worked on this area and this area, rather than spraying it directly, because I didn't want to have to like cover the eyes or the mouth with plastic, I sprayed it on my hands, and then I very gently sort of.
Yeah.
So
that's a good idea.
To offer a different perspective. So Jason went for a very clean, groomed look with his, where everything is nice and combed and all that. Yeah. I deliberately chose not to do it that way. There's you could do it either way. You could do a very clean, groomed approach, or you could do a more of a rough Chewbacca, like he's been out in the field or in the wind or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
And so I deliberately did not comb. What I did is I took the pick and I pulled the hair out. So rather than smoothing everything out, I put the pick in and pulled the hair out to fluff it all the way around. Made sure everything was running in the same direction. But I know, Jason, the other day you're like, you need to comb that thing, and I'm like, yeah, I just spent a half hour combing it.
No, now that you have it more posy, when I initially first saw it, I saw it when you had the head higher up.
Yeah,
so it didn't look right.
God, that was terrible.
Yeah, so this part didn't look right. That's why I was saying, like, I think you need to comb that. But now where you have it better positioned, this looks more natural and looks more. Right. It looks more chewy. Yeah.
But our two are very different the way the hair is combed, and that's not to say one's better than the other.
It's great that you can do that.
Yeah, you can go for a very. So I kind of look at yours and think Medal of Yavin ceremony, right? Okay. All nice, clean, straight, whatnot.
Makeup artist comes out and touches them up. Yeah.
Right. And for me, I kind of look at mine like he just got in from the Hoth, right? And he's all the wind has been blowing through him a little bit.
He just got out of a
I tried
time with his lady.
He just had a talk today.
I did try the a little bit of the Return of the Jedi look. I brought his bangs out a little bit. The thing is you can play around with it from time to time if you want to repose it. You can move the head and you can do the hair. So sorry, Thor, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, it's cool. I don't know if it's the light or not, but Steve, yours, like the shading on the fur looks different on yours than it does on Matt's.
It's just the lighting.
Oh, for sure. It's totally the lighting, man. Totally.
Yeah, I mean Steve's shitty camera and his lighting is just disgusting.
Yeah, because
compared
even
to
I
mine.
have like those green lights, whatever. So you can see mine looks a little bit darker, more brown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta be the
Sorry,
light.
this
Yeah,
camera is
it does not look golden like it does like in that mine.
Yeah.
It definitely looks a lot.
Well,
a lot
and what
darker.
No,
I
but I
gotta
like
fix
that. I like that golden look.
what I
Okay.
gotta fix is this. Like it's just like straight
Yeah,
down.
look at
I gotta
look
mix
at
it.
look at the two side by side. See, and I think you've seen them both ways in the movies, right? Look at how
Mhm.
clean and straight and tidy Chewbacca looks in Jason's, and then mine looks just like a total total mess. So
Yeah, like
yeah,
post sex Chewbacca.
Yeah, this is GQ Chewbacca. He's got that
Right.
whole like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys use photos as reference to get it as accurate to the movies, or are you just kind of like doing your own thing?
I
I
use
tried to
photos for
match
this part.
Yeah, go ahead. I tried to
Okay,
match the photos that Tom had out. Like Tom had photos, and I tried to go more. And I looked around. I looked at both, and I liked the way Tom had it a little bit more. So
Gotcha.
Steve's definitely looks
so-
more expressionist. Like he's kind of given that about to.
well, it came tilted like that. He's looking at an angle, right? It came like that. Oh wait, Matt's got the plaques. Let's put that.
I was
on.
get the
Yeah,
two
so
plaques.
these are
Okay.
These are the plaques that we ordered. So, Steve, did you get both of these?
No, I just got the one.
This one?
Wait,
Or this one?
Spino one.
This one?
Yeah.
I just got the one too. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you could add like a plaque.
Matt, did you pay any more for two?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So, well, if I had known that.
Yeah.
Steve's like,
I mean,
Steve's
I'll
gonna
probably put
send him
this
an
up
email.
there.
Can I get another one?
Yeah.
I'll probably use this one. I really like their plaques. They're really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like a master replica style to it.
Yeah, it's got like a little thing to it, so it sits really nice.
Jason, let's go solo on yours for a minute. Let's take a look at yours solo, just so we can see how you've got that combed out.
Sorry, I'm trying to get my big head out of the way.
I think
let me turn it.
I think in pictures, this is the version of Chewbacca's head that you see the most.
Hmm.
The calm that looks most like the pictures, I think. Yeah, look at the size of the damn thing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How do you got the rest of the
really.
fur? How you doing the rest of the fur? Like below?
So I get the chest like this.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, you can the lighting on the live stream shows a lot of two-tone, but you can see here it's a little bit more messy. I had a hard time with the bandolier.
And you don't have it covering the bandolier at all.
No, I didn't want it. I was going to, but then I noticed it was like too clean on this side. So it was one of those things where like, do I want to work it? Do I not? So my main focus to get that clean look, like I said, was taking putting that down a little bit and then bringing it out so it kind of there, and then on the opposite side, and then mainly working this.
Right.
So it gives it that like
the bridge, the short hairs on the nose bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
They looked too, when they were originally, they looked like it was very obvious the contrast between the short hairs and the long ones. So I tried to mix them in more with the longer hairs so that boundary from short to long was hidden more. It took me a little bit while, and I'm still not totally happy with it.
Yeah, they were. I agree with you. They were quite prominent, almost to the point where, like, you know how when you cut hair too short and you realize you cut it too short.
Yeah.
I obviously it was intentional, but I found it a little bit difficult to work this area of hair.
It was,
so as you can see, because of the two-tone, trying to work this, and I think that's what led me. My intention wasn't to go clean, but I think that's what led me to go in the clean direction. Because initially I was like working with to kind of do this messy. I was trying to do like bring the bangs forward and but
well, there is a picture. There are a couple of pictures with the bangs forward like that of Chewbacca. Yeah. Where they're hanging forward in that way.
Well, isn't that the Return of the Jedi look?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'll show you mine now. I mean, I'm not going to move the camera a lot or anything like that. But I realized my camera is actually lower than his face right now, so that it looks dramatically like he's looking up. It's actually more like eye level when you're standing next to him.
He looks like he's looking at the Millennium Falcon, leaving him in like
exactly.
I do like that the head's slightly tilted though. It gives the expression as if he's like about to give his roar.
Right. And so I just basically fluffed it everywhere, and I basically took the pick, went in, and just basically pulled it out like this. Is all. And then when it got a little bit too, then I just kind of did very soft over the sides. I tried to make sure, because the sides tend to be in too much. I try to fluff those out. But and as you said, we can change it around if we want to in the future, right? So
have you hugged him yet, Steve? You haven't given him a hug yet?
No comment.
Okay.
So Matt, yeah, you got the exciting part ahead of you, playing around with them.
Yeah, I've already done a couple things here and there, but nothing. There's still so much like hair like that you have to pull out from all these different areas.
It's actually fun. It's like when you get a new hot toy in and you want to pose it and work with it. Like it's gonna take you a little bit of time to sit with and really work with, because when you realize how workable it is, how much you can do with it, you start to get creative. Let me try this and let me try that.
Yeah, I just get concerned I'm gonna pull hair out. Is all.
Yeah,
the hair does end up everywhere. That's the only thing is once you're done, it's just all over the place. But
I just don't know how to turn the head. Like
I think the trickiest part is getting that.
Put your hand in the back. Stick your hand into the base of his skull, and then rotate it from the post.
Okay.
And that's
if you
make sure the set screw isn't over tight.
I'm sticking my hand inside.
Yeah.
Can you feel it?
Make sure loosen up the set screw. There you go. You got it.
Yeah. And then let me see here. I'm trying to stick both my hands in there. I got both my hands inside. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm deep inside his head. All right, hold on one second. I'm gonna try to tilt his head up.
Do we have the PG-17 warning up?
I don't think so.
That's why I put that warning up before every open mic.
Matt, for doing that, you're better off taking the head off.
You think so?
Yeah.
For a big adjustment,
it looks like
any significant adjustments, Matt, lift the head off, adjust, and then if you're just doing a mild like shift up and down, then you can just do it with the head on.
So, pretty crazy, dude.
He looks great,
pretty crazy.
Man, he looks really good. There's no issues with him at all.
No,
it looks fantastic.
I got to work with this a little bit. Already pulling some of this out has helped a lot.
Yeah.
So Matt, do you also see with the indentation the initial concerns? You see how it works, like around the face part, the cheeks and the chin indentation.
That's what they call That's what Tom was calling it. Apparently, Tom and his crew call that the cobra head.
Yeah, it's like this and then this.
Because it flares out like a cobra.
Yeah, out here.
Yeah, that's kind of the direction I was going in, Steve. When after looking at some pics and watching a quick video, and that's what led me to go in the clean direction for now. Once he goes in a more permanent spot, once his display pedestal comes in, I think I might kind of razz him up a little bit, kind of shuffle him a little bit. But for now, he's just going to stay a little proper.
Yeah, it might be the lighting. I feel like mine looks like 1,000 times better than Steve's does. It could be the light. It could be the lighting.
Well, all that matters is that I got mine first. Well, I guess Jason got his first.
Even I didn't post any pictures. In all fairness, I wanted to give you guys the space to do your thing.
So Matt, does your plaque say number 1 of 6 like mine does?
You crazy. No, but your Rancor is going to probably. I bet you'll order that Rancor quick.
I like being number 1.
I think quite a few people got in on that Rancor.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think they're gonna have a bunch of orders for that thing. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
Once they get it, then a lot of people are gonna get it.
Yeah, I think those initial images that went up changed a lot of people's minds quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they have anything public yet, so we'll see. All right.
Well,
yeah, they don't have
when I saw that heard that their Regal robot was going to do a Rancor, I knew it was going to be good, just because the movie accuracy of that I don't know what they're calling it, a maquette statue or statue is going to be like insane, and hand painted and all that good stuff. Yeah, that was like a no-brainer for me. So
No, what I meant, Steve, was I think a lot of people were under the impression prior to the live stream that it was going to be much smaller, like almost like equivalent to like the Tauntaun. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
think when the initial design or image, whatever, was put out there, I think a lot of people were like, oh,
Yeah.
it's much bigger than expected.
Steve's
I
used
think
to
the
Steve's
there-
used to people thinking it's going to be a lot smaller. So no, it's not a big deal. He gets it.
I just hope that maybe did Tom ever or a Regal Robot ever do a dewback or any other
No,
creature?
I don't think so.
He's got the dewback couch, the dewback sofa,
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
but
not as a no.
It'd be cool if they start doing like a lot of these creatures, because seriously, like a bantha, a dewback, monarch. I mean, there's all these creatures that I would love to see.
A Minot.
that would be
Oh my
wild.
god.
Minot. Is it
Minot
Minot?
That would be wild.
crazy.
Minot or monarch? Yeah, Minot.
Oh
Why not?
Thor's like, where's all the Sith?
Oh no, it is only one dream piece they can make, and next year is being made, so I'm not even worried about it.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Y'all actually might want this one.
From who?
None of the usual suspects, but
Okay.
Once I get some visual stuff, I'll show it to y'all.
Oh yeah.
But they haven't started on it yet.
Okay.
But,
Chewy prostate exam. Oh my god.
yeah.
These comments.
Hey, but y'all, I got some shit going on upstairs, man. I got to split, unfortunately.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I'm glad. I'm happy for you, brothers. I'm glad y'all got the Chewies in and everything. So
Thank you, Thor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks for
man,
joining
no
us,
problem.
brother. As always.
I'll holler at
Appreciate
y'all,
you.
man. Love y'all.
All right.
Have a good night, brother.
Yeah, there's definitely going to need to be some stray hair fixing, some flyaway stuff that I gotta fix. But
I've been walking around with the portable shark for the last 3 days, sucking up hair.
I know, seriously, there's a lot of hair. There's
Oh,
a lot of hair on the base.
So when I opened it, I had it all set up. I had the family come down and go check it out. And then I said, okay, now send the dogs down, because I wanted to see how the dogs would react.
Yeah.
What was the response?
My really aggressive dog came running down, took a look at it, and then ignored it and moved on.
Nice.
So
He's like, it's one of us.
Matt, he was like, I'll get to that later.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I know what I'm about to do later on.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for Steve to leave the house and the family.
I'm gonna straight up hump the shit out of it when he's gone. I'm gonna find that neck hole and just go to town. Dude, this thing, the bandolier is amazing. I mean, it's like straight leather. It's like actual leather. Like, it's crazy. Like, this is something that I feel like Sideshow would do, like some shitty pleather or something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, it'd be like a fake faux leather, like
exactly
on you, and
exactly.
This is like legit.
It smells like leather. It's crazy.
Yeah.
One of the things I really like about it is that because of the way it's mounted on its base, you can rotate it whenever you want. You can point them at different angles and not have to worry about it. So I kind of like that one quite a bit.
You know, honestly, it fits perfectly on this.
I like the sleek black base. It's simple and it gives more. It gives more presence to the piece.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't take away from the bus itself.
Yeah, no,
it's simple. That's how I think that's how he's gonna do the Rancor. I think it's just going to be a really slim, black base, you know. So,
and I think CZ just comes with the black generic base as well. But it does it. It gives more of a draw to the piece. I mean, not that certain pieces are. I guess more statuesque pieces look better with the stylistic bases. But where these are like a more museum presentation, I like the plain black.
Yeah, I agree. For a museum pose or presentation, definitely a simple base is more than adequate. But obviously with a dynamic pose, then you would want like a little bit more extravagant base.
There's so much hair on this thing. It's crazy. Like just layers and layers and layers of hair. It's crazy.
Yeah. So one of the things you'll do is you want to blend like the neck hair in with his torso hair.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look like it's two
Right.
separate pieces, right?
Which is what I have right now. I got to do that.
Yeah.
Well,
I just want to know, like,
fine.
yeah. I want to know if like they use the same process, like putting the hairs in, like they would do for the actual. I don't know. I guess the costume's different, right? Like
The costumes, yeah, probably different. I know it's not like
they're
full on
probably
rooted.
rooted hair. It's the costume is rooted. But I was reading an article where Peter Mayhew was saying that in the extreme heat, when they first made the Chewbacca thing, in the extreme heat, tufts of hair started coming out of his suit. They weren't, so they had to ultimately change the design or something like that. But like in the heat of wherever they were filming, I don't know if it was in Tunisia or whatever, all those tufts were coming out.
I have a lot of respect for Peter and Daniel. Can you imagine having to wear that suit, the heat, the discomfort?
Or even what's his name? R2.
Yeah, it just
Kenny Baker.
Yeah, when they were in was it Tunisia? Like
and he said they used to forget about him. They used to dip out to lunch and forget he was in the R2 unit.
I know, right? Yeah.
Poor guy. I was like, shit. He said it as serious as a heart attack too. He's like, these guys would dip out for lunch and forget I was in the R2 unit.
Oh my gosh,
that would suck. Can you imagine though? Like they're eating their lunch and like I don't know, and then all of a sudden you see like this R2 unit like waddling towards them.
Please,
like, come on, you son of a! I don't
know. Between the heat and then just my hat's off to them.
Yeah, and I wonder, like, with what's that thing that the Mandalorian is using now? What's that called? The Void. The Void. So now I wonder if using like technology like that is just going to make it so much easier to film like a lot of like desert scenes and stuff. So
oh yeah, probably, I mean these guys back in the 70s, it wasn't even like cosplay where people now put fans in the outfit. They didn't even have fans in the suits they were wearing. They were heavy and they were just
and think about what they did. I mean, I saw the behind the scenes of like what's the last movie? What's it called?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker. So I saw the behind the scenes of that, and they actually took a green screen to Jordan and filmed in Jordan with the green screen. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell?
Seriously, like, who thought of that? Like you go to a site.
They want the actual lighting, right? So they don't have to. It looks more real, but still, like, talk about having shit tons of money to just waste. I mean, holy crap.
Yeah.
Well, even when they did that shot with the two little mice that like look up, it's split-second shot. I think Falcon or one of the vehicles was flying by, and they had no electricity, no internet connection, nothing. They had to run it all off of batteries and radio frequency. But you're right. I mean, that's just like.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Should I bring my girls in to see this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to?
They're gonna flip out. Just no swearing. I mean, that's more for me because I.
Yeah, no swearing. And no
I was gonna say, really.
I'm the one that
he's been ripping all the. Yeah,
no innuendo, right?
Yeah, well, they can't hear you anyway, so I don't give a shit.
Okay. There's a curse word.
He says that he swears, right?
Yeah, so it's interesting that I may have given off that impression, Steve, but I think it was more or less being so taken aback by it, just curious as similar response.
About what, Jason?
When I had initially asked about like the response on the Chewie a few times, I was
I was
it took days for it to like register at how like wow it was,
Look at that's great.
The reaction of his oldest ones.
Yeah, my sons were like, oh yeah, that's big. Wow, okay, and then they were done. So
she's looking. Yeah, look at that. That's the realism.
Yeah. Reaction to kids are always priceless, man.
I love it. They're looking at the tongue and the eyes. That's great. That's great to capture that right there.
Yeah. And it's cool too because now he's got it on film. So you can always look back at this.
Yep.
That moment.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's like, get out of here now, guys.
Well, yeah. So Jason, you you had asked a couple times what I thought about it, and I kind of thought I had a little bit of tone from you that maybe you weren't happy with the Chewbacca, right? And so I was wondering if that's what you're getting at. But it sounds like you've been happy. You're fine.
Yeah, I guess I just wanted to share more on the excitement and see if anybody else got the same reaction I did. Because like I said, seeing him in person before I received him was one thing, but when I actually received him and got more time to sit with them and pose them and work with the hair, I just couldn't get over the detail and the work. And I just kept noticing more minute details, and I was just so like, wow. And I don't know. I just was wondering, like, am I this excited, or is are you as well? And I think Matt too. I think after he sits with it for a little bit more time, it just really gives off that presence.
One of the things, though, I will say is all the talking about it for the weeks leading up to it does kind of mute the response a little bit.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
It doesn't ruin it. It doesn't ruin it or anything. But it's not like a shock. It's not like an intense reaction you have when you first see something.
What is that?
The COA, yeah. And I think that's a good way of saying it, Steve. I think that was another reason why I had asked in that manner, because it was, like I said, we had talked so much about it. We joked a little bit, we hyped about it, and the anticipation was there. And when it finally came in, I guess I was curious more or less if that momentum presented itself or kind of fizzled out a little bit.
Right.
I don't know.
So that's not where you're displaying it permanently, is it, Jason? You just have it there for the show?
I have it there temporarily, yeah. I have a pedestal coming in, but it's about 3-4 weeks out, and I just don't want to move him around too much. So right now he's just going to hang out here. Yeah.
Yep. So Matt, where are you putting it in that room?
It's gonna be in the corner over there.
Okay. That's perfect.
Basically, I'll move the poster. I mean, if it sits cool in a cool way, I might want to get some sort of cool Chewbacca poster or something to put there. I don't know if such a thing exists, but I'll have to find something.
What they say in the movie, Matt, nobody puts Chewie in the corner. Is that how it went?
Puts baby in the corner. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Where he's gonna live. I don't know. In terms of dusting this thing, I have no idea. What the hell do you do? Just hit him with the air can every now and then, lightly?
Yeah. Well, I'll send you a link, Matt, off air. I use this thing which I use for my statues. It's not too harsh. It's like an air dryer, an air blower, but it's not as strong as any other ones. So I'll send that to you. That might help.
Okay.
I'm looking at the screen and I'm noticing me and Steve are as we're sitting next to it, we're fixing this piece and.
Well, that's the thing, right? You're constantly looking at them, and that hair could be a little bit straighter, or that could be.
Yeah. That's what's great about it, because you just get so into it. It's a nice piece to interact with too. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful, man! I freaking love it. I see how it looks. I mean, guys, you know, this is one of those ones where it looks good on camera, but it's not. You can't.
You can't. It's hard to convey what it really looks like in person.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Christopher?
Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
How we liking it?
Oh, it's amazing, man. Look at that thing.
I told you, pictures don't do it justice, though.
It doesn't. We were just literally, Matt was just saying that.
The size of it is fine. You guys kept saying, I'm not. What am I gonna do with this thing? This is very displayable. It's just you couldn't have a lot of these.
It's a presence piece. It draws the eye very strong, and it raises the bar quite a bit.
Yeah, but it'll fit in. It's not huge. This deep. You know what I mean? It's not deep.
Yeah. Well, here's the question though, and what's the reaction of the significant others? Well, I mean, not for Matt yet, but for Steven and Jason. Are they oh, cool, that's awesome, or are they what? Whatever?
I got a wow, wow. That more the eyes and the mouth, and oh my god. And then it was clean up all this hair.
Yeah.
Do you have hair falling off of it at all?
Yeah, just naturally.
Oh yeah, no, naturally.
He's shedding a bit.
Does he?
Yeah.
Kind of hair down here.
I think the more you work with the arms in that area, tends to, because you have to be really careful with the pick. The pick, if you're not careful, drags through the hair, kind of pulls at it. So you really have to use it as a pick versus combing or brushing. You actually have to pick at it, hence the pick. But if you tend to comb or brush, it will pull at the hair.
I wouldn't even bother. I just run my fingers through it and play with it.
That's what I've been mostly just using just my hands.
Yeah.
I use the pick a little bit on the sides here, but mostly 90% on my hands.
Yeah,
Fluff
and
it
like I
up.
said, like what my barber always says, that's like the best way to fix your hair or anything like that is the oils of your hand helps. If you don't have like any hair products or you don't want to use any hair products.
Right.
You got to be real greasy to be that oily.
I'll say
I'm kidding.
Well, it's mild. I mean, it's not a ton, right?
I've seen a review of this guy on YouTube, and at least maybe was it this one? No, not this one. It was the head.
It was the head,
Probably
yeah.
the head, yeah.
The head. And
Aren't you guys like one of the first ones with the whole complete,
the
head and
butt.
torso? Yeah.
Yeah. I think Jason was like the very first one.
Mm.
So, well, other than what what Adam Savage guy or whatever his name is.
Oh, Adam has it. Oh,
Doesn't he have this?
I didn't even know he had it. I want to know. So this is like basically like a custom order, correct? Like, so if I go next year, like, hey, Tom, I'm ready. Like he'll entertain it, right?
I would assume so. I mean, made to order, I don't think there's any limitation, especially a piece that already exists. I mean, obviously, I can't speak for him, but I think based on the experience that the three of us, or the four of us now, Chris included, has had, I think he's very easy to work with. Where if you present him with something, he's more than willing to make it happen, especially where it already exists. So, like you said, PJ, if you waited a year, I don't think that would be a problem. I don't think it would be, well, that's something we made at this time, so we're no longer working on it. I think it'd be fine.
Cool. Yeah, I'll probably most likely pick him up next year, if anything. I just got.
You can always ask him. You can always ask him, PJ.
Yeah, I'll ask him. But
yeah,
it's just that like that Rancor is like my. It's on top of my list right now.
Oh yeah,
Or a Regal Robot.
I'm sorry.
Sideshow or Regal Robot?
Oh, both. I'm getting both. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's two different pieces. Like one's like exactly like a exact replica of the the Rancor that they use in the movie, and the other one's like an artist's interpretation of the Rancor, which is cool.
Damn, I should have swapped links with you.
I know, Chris. Like everyone.
I think I was supposed to. I think
we were supposed to originally. Look how that worked out.
Well,
and then two other people jumped in. They were like, "Well, we're going to order two.
I'm telling you, when a lot of people saw the size of the Rancor on that live stream and realized how big it was going to be and the amount of detail. I mean, I know you couldn't see it up close, but again, I think a lot of people, when it was initially talked about, or even like behind Tom, were probably assuming it was similar to the Tauntaun. But I think when they realized how big it actually was, a lot of people probably changed their minds and canceled. A couple of cancellations probably came through the Sideshow for sure.
Well, the size of the Sideshow one really interests me. I wish the Regal Robot was that big. I'd rather have a big one, but that's
I
what I
think it looks like it was the actual size of it, though. That's the actual.
I like the 1/1. Yeah, I like the 1/1 scale.
Uh-huh.
But I think a lot of people.
The fact that it's the size of the puppet is good, but I just wanted the big imposing piece that was,
Yeah, for sure.
This and Chewbacca to see when you come down the steps. It's
if you take like the Jabber and the Tauntaun again, I just think a lot of people may have assumed it was that size, hence being comfortable with following through with the Sideshow pre-order. So yeah, the Sideshow one though does have that presence. I think that does speak volumes for the piece itself.
Like hairs flowing all over the place.
Really? Shit. I got enough fucking dog hair in my house. I don't need more fucking dog hair.
No, once you stop playing around with it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't let my dogs down in the basement here for that reason. So
Yeah, it's only when you're working with it, posing it, and brushing through it. But Steve's right, once you leave it alone, he doesn't just like shed to shed.
Yeah.
It's more when you're pulling at it and touching it.
Yeah, Tom said that they actually cut the hair. So once they put it on, they're cutting it. So in the hair are all these
loose, like a haircut. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a haircut. There's clippings all over the place. So you're not just getting long hairs, you're getting little clippings as well everywhere.
Maybe just like my my little Bissell has a low suction on it. Maybe just go over the hair with a low suction and take out some of the
No.
I wouldn't
Can you imagine a whole thing of hair coming off of this thing and being like, "Oh shit!"
a whole section of it.
I just gave Chewy a Brazilian.
Yeah,
you don't want to do that.
I think I'm like lagging. Does it seem lagging?
No, you're good.
No. Okay.
Yes, you know it's weird, Chris. That's actually been happening to me a lot. Where I will go live and everyone else is lagging except for me, which is weird. And then when you watch it, it's like it was fine on the stream. So.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the StreamYard or. So.
Yeah.
So Steven, Matt, was it like a holy shit factor when you opened them up?
The big moment for me was when I pulled the bag off of Chewy's head. And he was looking up at me, and I was like, oh, that was because I was telling Jason had the same experience. When you when you take the torso out of the box and you put the torso on its post, it's a little bit underwhelming. It doesn't feel huge, right? But when you put the head on, then it becomes overwhelming. Then it's like, oh, whoa, hold on. The head. I think that even if you just have the head, those people, the 50 lucky people who just bought the head, I'm sure they're thrilled because just the head alone is quite imposing.
Yeah, but, it's bigger than a basketball, isn't it? It's like wider than a basketball.
I think that's the perfect way to say it. It's imposing.
Imposing head.
But how about the like I was telling Matt today earlier, the pictures don't do it justice. Like you can't see the lifelike eyes until you actually see it in person. Is it? You feel that way?
Yeah, no, the eyes are unbelievable. I mean, the eyes are like unbelievable. It really is because they're acrylic, right? They're acrylic eyes. Like they're glossy. It looks like a human, an actual it's like Frank Sinatra's eyes behind the mask. It's crazy.
Looks like Peter's in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's even got like the pink, that you have around your eye, and
you know what it looks like? It looks like Chewbacca. Like I feel like there's sometimes where you see Chewbacca on screen, you can tell that he's wearing a mask a little bit, right? Because it's almost more sunken in, almost a little bit with the eyes.
Yeah.
This is even better because it actually looks like Chewbacca. It doesn't look like someone's wearing a mask of Chewbacca. It looks like Chewbacca. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they've done. I mean, they got the sculpt perfect, pretty much. I think
the proportions too. The proportions are just phenomenal. How well they did it, and the best thing is I guess too, referring back to what I was saying, Steve, in regard to the responses. So I'm noticing as we're discussing, you're being drawn to the piece and staring at it, and so that's exactly kind of like what I was getting to is that reaction, that response, how it just doesn't. It just continues.
As a matter of fact, guys, I need a couple minutes to myself. So
him and his dog.
I'll be right back. All right.
Him and his dog are gonna.
Okay. Is that Chewy groaning? Or?
Exactly.
Is anybody's dogs freaking out?
My dog was totally fine with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Till tonight when you're asleep and he's humping it.
I think he realized. I think my guess is that when he looked at him, it didn't remind him of a human at all. Too big, too hairy, whatever. But to your point about asking about pictures, when you have them in person, you start seeing all the detail in the fur. The layers of the fur are a lot more obvious. The curls, the twists, the different directions, and just the detail is just that much is so much more when you have it in person than with a photo.
I'm
So.
gonna get my dog. Let me see if my dog cares.
Yeah.
That might not be good.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm telling you, my wife and I stood on either side of Chewy when we let our dog down because I thought he was going to have a much more intense reaction to Chewy than he did to Maul. With Maul, he was growling and barking and like all that. I thought, oh, Chewy's he's gonna flip, but nothing. It was curious for the smells. Oh God, is that a dog? Is that what
I was just gonna say, is that a dog or a ferret? Oh, he's got a little doggy.
That
Oh,
looks
he's
like
not gonna do anything.
What was that thing from Harry Potter? The little.
Let me tell you about my best friend.
What was the name of that thing with the ears that looked like Yoda, kind of tan, like gray?
He's like, what the heck is that thing?
Oh, are you talking about the Hobby? Are you talking about Hobby?
Hobby, yeah. Is it Hobby?
He looks like the guy from Lord of the Rings, right? A little bit. He's got the long ears and the pointy nose.
He looks like Hobby and Gollum, huh?
Yeah.
Is his name Hobby?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't
think it's Hobby. No. It's not
No.
Hobby. It's
What is it?
something E. It's oh gosh.
From Hobby from
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hogwarts.
Dobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, that dog is probably saying to himself, like, oh, I can't wait to tear into this thing later.
He's probably like, well, I guess I just got replaced.
He's licking his chops. He's like,
Like a big dog. He's not doing anything. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
So get me out of here now. Give me
he's
some.
like, I don't want to be in here.
You got it all in frame, Matt.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, yeah.
Is he going right back by that poster right in the corner there?
Well, eventually, I think he's gonna have to go like right here for now, beside me over here, because we're putting in those shelves. I think this weekend, supposedly, and then I'll put him up there. Yeah, up in that corner.
He's going on my pool table until I build a new shelf.
The famous pool table.
and then at Christmas time, Chewy's going to be rocking the Santa hat.
Oh man, are you going to put a Santa?
Oh, that's a great idea, Jason.
Oh yeah, when people come over for Christmas, Chewy's going to be wearing the Santa hat for sure.
Man, don't want to mess his hair up though.
Yeah,
that's going to be the thing, right?
The only thing that concerns me about lifting his head off and changing anything is I don't want to, like, you work so hard to get it to look a certain way. Like, you don't want to mess it up anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have Todd style mine and pose mine, and I'll just pick it up like that and bring it home exactly like that.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, I'll have him do it. He's professional. He can make it look better than I can.
You should probably get him to get that, because Chris, remember how easy he made it? Like, oh, you just want to tilt the head to this, and this.
Just tilt the head,
and
no problem.
I still can't get it to look as natural as he got it to look.
I'm gonna have him do it.
It's a good idea. PJ, do you think you're going to order that Rancor right when it comes out?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll probably do a payment plan because I don't like to give money until
I'm with you. I'm with you, PJ. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if I could put a deposit and just pay it off like when it comes in, that'd be great. I don't know if they do that there.
I think there's a few options.
There are?
Depending on how much it's going to take some time. Looks at release in like 4 or 5 weeks or something, roughly 4 weeks.
Oh, it does.
I think
release for pre-order in 4 or 5 weeks.
Pre-order.
Oh, release for pre-order. I thought
like
the actual pre-order. It would be like
the actual release would be probably about 6 months or 9. I don't know exactly, but
he said January, February.
January to January.
Oh, okay, so even sooner. So it gives you that time frame to pay it off in installments.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna
Jason
do it.
Matt and I were talking earlier. Say they're not painting all, let's say, 50 rankers and sitting in the warehouse there. There's no room for them there. They're gonna paint 5, 10, send them out.
They're made to order.
Yeah, they're not gonna have a bunch sitting in the warehouse.
Wait. You mean to tell me certain people will get theirs first before me. Oh no, I can't have that.
Steve's getting it first before everyone.
I'm gonna pay him some
Probably gonna
cash.
get before
Delay certain
every
people's.
single person.
Not if I drive up there and get it first.
Oh,
I'm telling you right
Chris
now,
could be the.
you'd have to be so early in the list to get it if you don't.
You
Chris,
may
that's one advantage. That's going to drive them nuts.
you may have number one, but I
You-
live 3 hours
Well,
away.
that's not.
Chris,
Yeah.
I had
Steve
number
may be
two.
number one, but Chris will be number one to be the first one to open his.
Chris, let's say I had number 5 or something early,
Yeah.
and you had like 30. I swear
Uh-huh.
to God, by the time FedEx gets it to me, you'll probably be able to pick it up because they can send that thing out, and it'll probably take freaking a month to get here, dude.
Man, if Matt gets
Matt, you'll get the
5,
face first.
Yeah,
If
I'll
Mac
get
gets-
separate boxes of everything.
if Matt gets 5 and I get 20, Matt and I are gonna swap numbers so I can go grab it before Steve gets it.
Let me ask you, out of curiosity, you get the numbers really that important to you guys?
No,
Not
for me.
you know.
It is
Steve's saying yes. Yeah, Steve is number
Yeah.
one. Number one.
But
Well,
then,
he
you know,
wants to be the first one to open it and be the first one
Well,
to have the painter put one.
yeah, and we'll see. I mean, look, I think it's supposed to be early October that it comes out. But
Yeah.
I mean, let's see if we all can, how quick we can jump on the damn thing. I just know it to beat Steve is takes a
I'm
while.
telling you guys, it's years of Mondo training. It
I
really
know.
is. It
That
is
F5
like-
and
Mondo's
Steve,
impossible.
Well, that's our goal, Steve, for
What's
the
that?
Rancor is to be the first ones to open it before. I will personally be Chris's chauffeur just to pick up his Rancor. We might even open
and I'll
it.
drive up there.
Not gonna
Yeah,
happen.
We'll go to PJ's basement and we'll open them together.
yeah. There you go. We'll live stream it.
Nah, you can't feed him after midnight.
Old drinky.
Yeah.
No
That's
water
why-
and no feeding.
Maybe
after
that's
midnight.
why he said no, absolutely no water. Maybe that's just what he meant with Julia.
He'll come alive.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for some of these candid photos Matt's gonna do with his Chewbacca.
I
It's
really
gonna have some background music too.
Did you try and pose the head at all, Matt? Or is it
a little bit. I turned it a little bit, yeah.
yeah.
So like if you
The unknown thing about this, Chris, is the front back, the forward back, the rotating is obvious. How you tilt from side to side is completely unknown to me right now because it seems like to do that you would have to bend the metal rods that hold his head in place. And I'm not doing that. There's no way I'm doing that unless Tom says, no, do that. Right. So I got to ask Tom.
You can't turn the flagpole on the pole. Like it should sit in a socket, right? And then
No,
you turn it.
The flagpole
And then-
goes has only one direction, front back.
Yeah,
Now-
but I mean
now
if you
can
turn
rotate, you can rotate the post in it to go yes, no. But going side to side,
It's tricky, right?
Steve just did the Beyonce put a ring on it dance. Yes,
can't you turn
He did the Vogue for the older folks out there.
can't you turn the flagpole like 90 degrees and just like tilt it like that?
So the pole it's more of a ratchet. It goes like this.
Yeah,
you
I get
can't-
that. But when you spin it and just angle it, you know what I'm saying?
So here's the thing, Chris. So as it's going through like click, 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 right?
Yeah.
If you don't tighten it, if you loosen it, the weight of it will allow it to shift, and that's what gives the head the tilt. But it's hard to accomplish. It's tricky
that's the
because
tilt.
then
That's the tilting mechanism.
I believe so. I could be wrong. Remember, I did you see my message when I said I want to? I think I said it to
Well,
Matt. I said
'cause
I
you
want to
can't
wait till you
tilt
see
the-
the.
Because then you can't tilt the other direction. You can only tilt in one direction.
Well, no, you can because you can allow the. I don't know. It's tricky.
One hemisphere is fixed. The other hemisphere is loose. So you
But
can
depending
only,
on
you can only
Go ahead.
lean to the right. You can't possibly lean this way. You can only lean to the right.
I don't know. That's why I said to Matt, I messaged him. If you remember, Matt, I said I'm going to wait till you get your directions because I was a little confused by it. I just said,
listen, I'm actually fine with it. Like, I don't have to have the tilt this way. I'm actually fine with him just looking not centered, like looking off, because it works. I think it works great. I think it depends on where you're going to display him. If you're going to display him low, it might look better for him to look up a little bit. But if you're going to display him like level, like eye level kind of a thing, I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah,
I'll ask him when I go up there, and I can.
Yeah,
I'll let you know.
It looks freaking great, man. This thing's unbelievable.
But I'm telling you guys, beautiful, beautiful bus. Congrats, guys. Seriously.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
And you know what, though, guys?
So
go
ahead.
I was gonna say it's really nice now. Like, we're all like, even like the people on the chat, that we're all like in the same like Star Wars mode. We're all collecting together, and the same franchise. Is great, man. It's a great feeling.
Do you think we'd be this gassed up over an Iron Man bust? Come on.
Yeah.
No way, dude. Who gives a shit?
That was one of the things I loved. Go ahead.
So one of the things we need to do, is to give credit to Tom and the Regal Robot crew, because they've
such an amazing job.
So first of all, the idea that I can, assuming I have the money to do it, but the idea that we can go in there and say, "Hey, Tom, we want you to create this custom thing for us," right? That's just having that available to us is amazing. And to get somebody with so much skill, knowledge, experience to lead that team and put together something like this that looks, look, this thing was the head was cast off an actual Chewbacca mask, right? This has lineage too, right? And just the job is stunning. The detail, and that's all because of those guys and gals in that shop, right? You guys met them, you got to meet them, how great they are, how talented they are, and I'm really blown away by the quality of what I got. It's amazing.
It really is, and I totally agree with you, Steve. The quality is just, again, it's just one of those things where you can't find a word for. I'm literally at a loss of words, and the fact that you do have somebody like Tom and his team, where you're only limited by your imagination and your wallet, but that's such an amazing thing that they can create something of this level of detail and quality.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking at it as I speak, and it's just I'm still in awe of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I've been following.
Sorry about that, Eddie.
Yeah,
I've been following Regal Robot.
PJ, you owe Eddie an apology.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, actually, that is a nice bus. That's a beautiful bus. I just saw someone unbox that thing. It's beautiful.
Wait, was it you? Wait, was it you that said it is an Iron Man, or was that?
It was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was you, Jason. Okay, sorry, PJ. I didn't mean to.
And then it was Matt that was like, "Who gives a shit?"
How dare you, Steve? I was like, "Did I say something?" I'm like,
"Well, when in doubt, I blame PJ." But but I cut you off 3 times. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I've been, for me, I've been following Regal Robot for since 2017 when I went to Celebration in Orlando, and I came across a small booth, and I sat down in their do-back sofa, and I was like, asking all these questions. I was like, wait, you could do anything you want, like whatever comes to mind. If you want to make a table with Chewbacca faces on it, like, I'm pretty sure they could do it. It's crazy. Like, the team in Regal Robot does a great job, not only with the bus, but some of their smaller stuff, like what's that? The Space Slug
pencil holder.
That's amazing. Some of their Mandalorian what's that called? Plaques.
Mythosaurus skulls.
Mythosaurus skulls.
If you see that in person,
it's great.
You have it?
I don't have the more expensive one. I have the middle one.
Okay. Because if you turn it over, you can see like the bone marrow inside.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll tell you, this Chewbacca bus is probably one of the best looking things I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
crazy.
And we had said early on, Chris, me and Steve was saying it really does create a situation where it detracts from the rest of the collection. It really does.
It really does. Because when I know when I walk into my room now, boom, that's where all the attention goes.
Absolutely.
Right? So, PJ,
I
I had
what.
the same experience. I had the same experience as you, PJ. I went to the same Orlando celebration. Saw the same chair. I think I must have met Tom.
I think you're the guy that sat in that chair for like hours, and we were like, "What the hell is this dude doing? Like
This guy
he's laying
won't
down
leave.
on it. He's actually sleeping on it." I'm like,
I had a lot more hair back then, so
Yeah, no one recognized you.
yeah.
But it was amazing. That do-back chair is unreal.
Yeah.
I remember looking at it though and thinking, "Oh my god, this thing is so expensive. There's no way. There's no way I'd ever get anything custom."
Oh no, well, not even that. Like, I presented that to my wife, and it was like, no way. Are you kidding me? Like, we could get like a nice leather couch, and you want to get this do-back like sofa for like
way better than a leather couch. Way better than.
I'll tell you what, those guys like.
Of course.
If this thing, if someone, it'd be interesting to see someone get the Hoth version of this.
Oh, that would be amazing.
You know, with the snow and everything. I mean, that would be pretty impressive as well.
And that's the best part, Matt. You bringing something like that up, and what PJ just said. The best part is they love a challenge. So if you do bring something to them, it's not like a frustration or an annoyance of, that's a difficult piece. Like, they actually get excited about that. So if you bring something outside of the box, they really get excited. And Chris, I think we even mentioned, like, wouldn't it be great to have a Hoth version? And just the excitement that came out of his, just his mannerisms, like, oh, wouldn't that be great with the hair flowing in the snow and it's just, that's amazing that you can just come up with anything.
And it's possible. It's possible too. I think we'll see if it happens or not, but I think there is talk of them maybe at some point making a Return of the Jedi version where, the hair is a little bit more, crazy here, I guess.
Messy and
yeah.
I'm sure you could do it to that one. If you really were
maybe
pretty good hairstylist.
They probably have a certain way of actually styling it so that it really does look that way, so the hair like is longer and comes off here, I don't know if you could make it look exactly like it. Jason, what plaque did you get?
I just got the signed one.
Okay.
Yeah, signature one. Because it fits. It has that Master Replica black base, and it basically looks like a Master Replica plaque, which I like because it creates the continuity or the uniformity with the other pieces that I have. So it looks really good. Yeah.
Is that hair all over your?
These are the two different versions.
I wonder if I present the idea, if I ask him, I say, "Hey, can you make?"
Hold on, Matt. Let me put you on screen. Go ahead.
Yeah, these are the two different versions. So
pretty sick. I cut you
one
off
of them
PJ.
has
What's up?
Chewbacca.
I like the signed version.
Yeah,
signed version's better.
Yeah, Tom was being really modest and saying, "Oh, you wouldn't want my signature," but I was like, "No, I want your signature. I want that one more than the other one."
I said the same thing. We laughed about it. He was like, "You want my signature in your collection?" I was like, "Yeah, put your signature on." But Matt, just to give you an idea, so here's like you have in hand. So here's the Regal robot one. Okay, can you see?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then here, which Steve you might be familiar with. So here's the Master Replica. This is from my Luke sign, but it basically has the same.
Okay. Yeah. So
I like that continuity there because it creates a nice smooth.
Yeah, it's cool.
What's that a plaque for, Jason?
This is for the Return of the Jedi Luke saber.
Okay.
What I'm gonna do with this one is I'm gonna get the Hot Toys Force Awakens Chewbacca and cut it in half, and then have a Chewbacca bust. Yeah, 1/6 Chewbacca bust. That'll be nice.
I told you I took the Hot Toys out, and it was so tiny compared to the bust, and I was putting them like the evil Chewie and the good Chewie on the shoulder.
Yeah. Do it. Let me get that. Let me get that because that's funny.
Oh, that'd be great. Pull them up for a second.
PJ, don't you have the Force Awakens Chewbacca?
Yeah. I think it's hideous.
You still have it?
I still have it. I should just sell it. There's one guy that's looking for it. So
people actually buy that thing?
Yeah.
I'll give you $25 for it.
Sure. You sure you want it? You might end up like, oh, look at that.
There you go.
Oh, he's my mini-me.
Yeah. And
Honestly, Matt, that's about the best.
Hats off to Hot Toys, though. Look at that detail.
Matt, that's about the
Yeah.
best looking I've seen of the Chewbacca bust in all the pictures and videos that I've seen. Like, I don't know, yours looks pretty damn good like that.
Well, that's because of the lighting. I
Yeah.
He looks nice.
I-
And, yeah,
I-
he looks.
I'm
It
not.
looks glossy.
I don't have shitty lighting like Steve and some of these other guys have.
I got good lighting now.
You can say my lighting hair is for shit right now.
Yeah. Although I am like cranking it. I look like a freaking pink tomato right now, and this thing looks good. So you have to have a lot of light to make this thing.
He does look
actually-
really good.
Yeah.
So, Steve, you found a perfect spot for him. Were you intending to put him there? I'm looking at the pictures he posted.
Oh yeah, that was by design. Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly. It's perfect.
How do you like the weathering on the boxes?
That was one of my favorite little details, man.
Oh, on the bandolier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
Some of them are like dirty and gritty and scratched. I love that.
Yeah, it does look nice. Yeah, I'm just
And-
impressed that it's. I mean, I guess okay, it is expensive, so using real leather and metal is actually makes sense.
No-brainer.
But still, like I think it's still pretty awesome that they did that because, I don't know. I don't know what I expected, but
They didn't have to.
Yeah,
And
it's
nothing
great.
about the piece, when you take cost into consideration, nothing about the piece makes me look at it and say I didn't get what I paid for.
Yeah, right.
I think even if the bandolier and the boxes were not metal, you'd still say, wow, this is amazing.
Mhm.
The fact that it's metal and leather, even better.
Yeah, right.
It's just it's no detail goes overlooked. There's no corner cutting. There's no this piece isn't going to be seen, so let's just slap it together. Parts of him that you'll never look at, nobody will ever see. They focus in on every last detail, which is just I don't know. It's just something else. It really is. It brings it to a whole nother level. It really raises the bar for collecting.
Chris, you're getting yours in a couple weeks.
I'm figuring if not this week, it'll be the following week for sure.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wait, did everyone cancel out their Millennium Falcon?
I never ordered.
Okay. How about you, Chris?
I did.
I guess I'm going to cancel mine.
The Rancor. I haven't canceled yet.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence on it. So
I
We
think
all
it's a great
talked you
piece.
into
I
getting
just-
it, and now you're the
BJ,
only one who's getting it.
I tell you what, I'd love to see a review of it.
yeah, but
I think it'd be awesome, but then you have it and you got to figure out where to put it.
yeah, especially if I don't know. I just feel like October is going to be such a huge month in terms of Star Wars stuff. I feel like Asajj is going to come out or release that month. I think Rancor is going to release that month. And it's just going to be crazy,
You're talking about when? When is this?
Probably October. I think that's when probably Asajj is going to get shipped.
Yeah,
And Rancor. Because
Did any of
Rancor's delayed, so
I'm excited for Asajj.
Did any of you get your notice for the Mando figure?
No, have you?
I did. I got it. It's coming in next week.
oh nice,
Really?
man.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
check. I didn't get it. And I have mine where I just paid the deposit when it's ready to come in. They just charge me in full.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
instead of doing the payments,
My
Yeah, I don't,
my Royal Guard helmet came in the Big Bad Toy Store. My
Nice.
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah.
How-
So
how
that's
is it?
that's on the way now. What's that?
Oh, sorry,
So-
I got them.
Yeah, this is the
Well-
one that had the gray tendrils on it, gray paint tendrils on
Well,
it.
Steve, that means it'll take them what, a week to spray the white jizz
Yeah,
on
right.
it and then send it out again.
Yeah, hopefully not. Hopefully I get it in good shape. Hopefully this one looks good. So we'll see.
Did you
I'm
guys
sure, I'm
find?
sure will.
Did you guys find your sticky spots in the fur that I left for you?
Well, maybe that
That's
wasn't
why it's
glue
not
that I was.
working.
Maybe it wasn't glue that I was picking out of his hair.
It was not.
Oh, you
Wasn't
said that at
dandruff
the beginning too. He's like, Chris, he goes, I had a little bit of glue that I had to pick out. It was a little sticky, but nothing much. I didn't,
I
think
didn't
of
say
that.
sticky. I didn't say sticky.
I know. I added that in. I added that one in.
Chris,
Just like
I felt
clumps-
something
just
inside.
like
I
clumps
felt
of-
something inside the Chewy head. You must have really gotten up in there.
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
Were you
Yeah,
saying,
you're gonna love it.
PJ?
You're gonna love it, Chris.
Oh, I understand.
I honestly can say I would not have ordered it had I not seen it in person.
Mm.
I would
Yeah,
not. have.
made that big of a difference, huh?
It made a huge difference. I had no intention of buying it. It wasn't even on my radar. You know, even though you guys were talking about it all the time, and I just was like, nah, I'll be fine without it. But then when I saw it in person, it's like, holy crap. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it was a lot more special when you weren't getting it.
Yeah. On one hand, Steve was like, I think Chris is going to see it, want to buy it. But then he's like, I hope he doesn't because that's one person that owns it.
You were pressing me to go get it. You kept saying, I think you should get it. I think somebody's going to go up there and get it. You were the one who said was most vocal about thinking I was going to get it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Guys,
My wife says to me today, you should not have gone up to that place.
Chris is now allocating all his funds to different projects.
Guys, just everyone, please don't cancel your Falcon cockpit. Because
Oh my God.
The comment section, yeah.
Mario, don't cancel it, man.
Because
And you know what, though?
He needs to have some orders go through. Come on now.
And the thing is that I was like, really wasn't considering picking that up just because, you know, like to display that thing, you would have to be like forward, you know, you don't want to display it sideways. So that was like the thing that was like bothering me because I was like, how am I going to display this thing, you know? And especially when the rank were coming, I mean, that I have to figure out how to display that huge statue.
The 3-foot one, yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that thing is huge. So
it is really big, yeah.
You didn't even hesitate though ordering the ranker. You were hesitant about the cockpit.
Oh yeah, until like, you know, I got you know, a couple people
hesitant. I sat here and watched like 4 episodes, and he was like, "No, I don't want the cockpit. I'm not into the cockpit." Like, get it.
Yeah. No, this is the reaction. Come on, it's the Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Yeah, you're crazy. You can't. I remember it. Yeah, and you know,
What
I
kind of
don't
Star
know.
Wars fan are you? We can't have you on this show anymore.
Yeah. So how could you? Come on, you got the hot toys. You need to get the Falcon cockpit.
You know what? You know what's probably the one thing that I have no problem with and will never regret in my life is enabling PJ to get the Falcon cockpit, because there's so many things that he tries to get us to buy that.
Hey, here's my defense though to that is that I don't cancel mine. Like I enable you guys, but I still get it myself.
You fall through.
PJ, though, you hype everything up even to the point where sometimes you have me thinking like, do I need that?
PJ,
should I buy that?
For the record, PJ, I'm still getting that cockpit. So.
Oh wait, you told me you weren't. Or
no, I'm kidding. I was telling you about something else, right? Oh. But I am still getting the cockpit.
But PJ, when you get hyped up about something, sometimes I'm like, I think I need that, and then I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta. Every time I watch the review, I'm like, wow, that does look good, and then I'm like, nope, I gotta stop.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, like, to be honest though, like a lot of the stuff, like for me, it's like, here's the thing: is that like if I'm really hyped about something or I really believe in something, it's usually the case that like it's going to pay off in the long run, where if you do decide to sell that thing and not keep it just because I enabled you, you could probably sell it for, hopefully for more than what you paid for some of the other things, especially with Star Wars. I just learned my lesson like too many times, man, where I just like, I look at something and I'm like, it's going to be there. And next thing you know, it's like, it's gone. And it's selling for like 2 or 3 times as much. And it's hard to get. Like the Mythos Boba, like, I mean, how many times have I passed on that piece where I've seen it for like $700 and I could have picked it up, and now it's like it's going to be. I don't think I'll ever pick up that piece just because I think that piece is just going to keep going up and up and up. I think it's going to reach like at some point $3,000. You know, the XM Boba I think is going to go for a pretty penny once
I can't believe it isn't already. What's the deal?
I still can't believe that. I still can't believe. I just did the review on XM Luke. I still can't believe that piece is still available. Like
I love that XM Luke. Love it. One of my favorites.
Yeah, I love that piece. Like I was opening it, I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I like wait on this piece? And yeah, it turned out great.
Yeah.
So
thankfully, Source sold me his a while ago, like a year ago. Maybe.
Yeah, he gave you a good deal on that one too.
Thor sold you that?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave a good deal.
Thor doesn't buy anything that's not red lightsaber.
I know.
Yeah, but he really liked that piece. He actually had the manga print to go along with that piece.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a beautiful piece, man.
Talking about the one by Jock. Talking about the one that Jock. Yeah, I think probably Jock's.
Yeah, I forgot. I think he was hanging from the at. I think that was the picture. So, yeah, but I really hope we get more Star Wars pieces. I'm in like Star Wars mode right now. I can't wait for The Mandalorian to come out, and can't wait for some of these other shows to come out, like Obi-Wan and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's exciting. It really is.
So Kevin, I'll tell you which one would top that Chewie. I want a Wampa bust. Life-size
Wampa bust?
Life-size
Wampa so big.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
That'd be just too big, man.
It's like having a big ball of cotton on your shelf.
with the blood hanging down from his mouth and the horns. Oh, it would be great.
Dude, I really want a C-3PO next to this guy. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Put it on his back.
That's a good one.
What's that, Chris?
Put it on his back.
Yeah.
That would be awesome, huh? Wouldn't it?
That would be
Yeah,
cool, but I
fantastic.
don't have the space for
I
that.
think if you did C-3PO, you'd have to get life size.
Life size.
Yeah, I would definitely get
Why?
life size.
What do you mean,
like a full size figure, like
no.
a 6 foot tall figure.
I think
No,
that
let's
would
not
work.
talk about life size. Can we not talk about life size statues or figures? Because I think then
That's not going to happen.
No, I think then we just got. Because
See,
that's
it's a little.
Yeah.
I was saying, it's a little advantageous to me because I don't know if you guys can tell, but I have like 22-foot ceilings.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Even with Chewie, like you can see how.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
The life size stuff. That's why, like with the bust, like the Kylo and the Darth Maul and the Vader, it's putting the bust up isn't an issue.
Yeah. So you could just go up. Just keep putting shelf on shelf on shelf and go up.
pretty much. Yeah.
So you could get a full size evaporator, right? You can get a little machine sitting there in that room, nice 14, 16 feet tall.
I was thinking of doing having a Vader's his chamber.
Yeah,
The closed chamber that he sits in. Meditation
Steve,
chamber.
I sent you 2 pictures.
That's crazy.
I sent you
man.
2 pictures, Steve.
Are these to share with everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not real, but that's crazy.
Matt, oh, holy shit!
This is next.
I'll take that. But those are mocked up. Right? Those.
Yeah, they're mock up, but it would be cool.
Let me
The
see if I
Bantha
can-
would be real.
let me
Do
see
we,
if I
do we
can put
lose?
them up.
Do we lose PJ?
Probably. Hold on one second.
Holy cow, that's big. That Bantha is even bigger than the Rancor, it seems, because that one's in like a big old, like a 2-story room.
Is it a statue or is it?
It's a head. It's a mount. It's a trophy
Oh
mount.
Jesus!
It's not
Oh,
real.
someone just
I like a Rancor, but not that much.
No, wait.
Well, check out the
just,
Bantha, man.
I just had a conversation with somebody about these are real, are they not?
No,
No, that looks photoshopped, man. It's
Yeah,
photoshopped.
that particular one looks photoshopped. It's hard to see, but I think there are ones that I think someone has one of these that I'm telling you, someone just ran it by me. I think today or yesterday.
Let's get Tom to make these suckers.
No.
He would be all over it too. You know he would be all over it. Well, look what he did for the wheelchair. Did you see? It looked like the Rancor was encompassing the child, the young man. Did you guys see that piece that Tom did?
No.
So it's a Rancor. So it was a young boy, preteen, I think, in a wheelchair. But as he moved, the Rancor was behind him, and it looked like he was like in the Rancor's hand. It was amazing, amazing piece.
Yeah.
They did it for like a charity. It looked phenomenal.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh, dude. Yeah,
Hey
it's
guys, I gotta bounce, but yeah, virtual learning tomorrow before I go to work is always fun. But yeah, but congrats, Matt, Steve, and Jason on beautiful pieces. I can't wait for Chris's unboxing when he gets his, and I can't wait for Chris to get the Rancor before anyone else. I'll personally drive him there. So, all right, guys. You guys have a good night.
Have
a good night.
All right, take care.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna drop off too. I'm hungry. Gonna go spend some time with family too. So thanks for doing this, Matt. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks, Dave.
Good night, guys.
See you guys.
You guys want to keep chatting or what?
Yeah, I'm good.
Looks amazing, Matt.
Thank you.
It does. I mean, I know you'll tussle with it a little bit later, but right out of the box, you see how it's already starting to settle.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There's still some here, but I mean, like I honestly don't know if I'm going to do too much to him because I've already got him. I've already got him.
Looks good.
Looking off to the side a little bit. He looks fantastic.
I think it looks great.
I'm a little surprised when I was asking that. I mean, I guess it makes sense when Steve thought I potentially was disappointed. I think it was more or less. I was just so like, oh my god, I just wanted to see if that reaction was shared. It's just I don't know. I just can't get over it.
It's amazing. It really is. I think this is one of those pieces though that you could literally sit.
You'll never get tired of it. Yeah,
hours.
It's one of those pieces you can just stare at.
Yeah, but it's one of those pieces you could sit forever and just change this little thing and change that little thing, right? It's like I think at some point you gotta be happy with the futzing you've done and just let it be Chewbacca. like don't you don't need to futz with it forever to get it exactly. It already looks fantastic, but I'm sure there's little flyaways here and little pieces here, you know what I mean? So
there's really nothing you can do to make it look even better. You know what I mean? Like there's no exact way this hair is supposed to lay or that hair is supposed to lay or this is how it's supposed to look. It's just kind of lays,
It's crazy, man.
That's the great thing. Like when you saw Steve's a little disheveled and he intentionally had it that way, you really can work with it one way or another. Like mine looks very clean right now, but later on I might mess with it. Like I was showing, pulling the bangs forward, giving him that sort of tussled Jedi, Return of the Jedi look. And I mean, yeah, you can. The fact that the head's posable and you can mess with the hair a little bit allows you to change them up over time. So if it's not a static bust, so like some of the statuesque ones, if you want to, change up the look, that's the best part about it.
Right.
You know what Tom was doing? He was actually like at the bottom. He was like twirling some of the hair at the bottom so that it was like
the dark and the light, right?
What
was it? The dark and the light?
Yeah, he kind of like took it and like twirled it, like not fluffed it, but like took a little section of it and like twirled it together. So it was more like not like dreads, but together like dreads.
Almost natted, like it's been natted together.
Yeah.
I see on the screen. So Gabriel is saying, all right. So I was talking to Gabriel where he had mentioned somebody had almost like a taxidermy tauntaun head up on their wall. For some reason, I couldn't distinguish if it was the Bantha that we had mentioned, but yeah, someone actually has tauntaun up on the wall, which is insane.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through with tweezers, like you said, and just kind of.
Yeah, tweezers made a big. It was a big help, especially with the silicone tongue and in the eye area because it's a little more easier to get to the little small pieces that kind of fall.
So you had to get tweezers and take out pieces of hair out of his mouth and out of his eyes.
And yeah, little bits in the eyes, and then some like where it sticks in the mouth and around the lips. Like so, I cleaned up the mouth area, and I cleans up like this area here.
I'll say this though, I'm surprised. First of all, out of the box and out of the bag, this thing actually was pretty set up. Like it was pretty amazing. Secondly, I think there's no, to me, like when I saw that video of the review of the head on YouTube, I started to get a tiny bit worried because in that video you can see like flyaway. They're like hairs are coming off that thing like crazy.
Well,
right?
he has the hair blown out too in that review. You notice that?
It's really strange. I was getting worried about it, and then now that I see it here, it's like it. I mean, yes, there's some flyaways, there's some like hairs that come out, and or like out from the body, but not that many. Like it looks really, really good. And especially when you look straight on, you can't even. I mean, you're not going to see any of that. You know what I mean?
We talked about that, Matt. There was the one video had a lot of flyaways. I mean, that could be humidity. It could be someone was messing with it or vacuuming it or combed it too much or something. It's just I don't.
No, you're right.
It's gonna like stick up at all. Gravity's gonna keep it down for the most part.
Yeah,
Chris, you're right. Because I was saying, like with the pick, if you comb through it, it pulls. If you try to brush through it, but if you just kind of lift and pick, it's a little bit better. If you go like this and drag it, it'll pull the hair. So I think what some people might have done is taken the pick and pulled, like in the cheek section and at the chin, which is the one part that he specifically said, you want to be the most lax.
I'm not even going to use a pick. I'm not even going to use
I did it all. I did it all with my hands.
I'm just going to grab them with my hands and mess with it.
Kevin says, looks like it was straight from the movie studio. What more could you ask for? Does the head tilt to the side at all?
It does, but it's a little tricky.
It's supposed to, but I think it's a little bit. Yeah, we don't know exactly how to do it right without. We don't want to mess with it. Honestly, it does, and I'm also not concerned about it. Like I thought I was going to really want it to tilt more, but now that I've got it kind of just looking off to the side a little bit more, I think it looks great. So,
and there's instructions, but the three of us couldn't figure them out.
Well,
so you don't.
This whole thing, the way it layers, like all of this hair, is part of his head, right? So when you put his head on, it just adds to the layers. It's crazy how good it works.
And you don't have to keep the box.
No.
Garbage.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not like laser cut styrofoam or anything like that. It's just like wrapped and packaged around with like paper. I mean, well packed, but you don't need to. It's not like a box you would keep and put in storage.
Very well packed. Very well packed. But yeah, I don't know why you would need to store it in any way, which is great. I mean, right? Unless you're gonna turn around and sell this thing, which I don't see any of us doing.
I think it'd be a hard thing to sell too. By the way.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
See, I like that though. I'm not much of a seller, so I like going for pieces that are gonna be permanent because I have no intention. I mean, unless I met some extenuating circumstance, but
well, Chris is a seller now, so we just have to make sure that he doesn't.
No, Chris is not a seller.
No, Chris is a seller with extreme hesitation.
Very extreme hesitation.
Which is good. It's a good thing, though.
Nyla says, I wonder if you get a longer bandolier. I'm sure you probably could. I don't know where it would connect to though. So
I think it's perfect, right, Matt? Like the front and the back is perfect.
I think the reason it goes to there, and then I think on the back, it goes
just so it aesthetically looks proper.
I think it connects to the bust.
Yeah, it stops right at the.
Yeah, I don't know if you could go. I mean, I guess you could connect it in those places and then keep it going, but then it'd just be kind of hanging off. I don't know if that would be good. I think for what it is, it's absolutely perfect. Like they just absolutely killed this piece. It's amazing.
It's bananas on that, isn't it?
It really is amazing.
It is crazy, brother.
I don't really know what to say. I mean,
like, what do you collect after this?
I don't know.
That's another thing. It's like I almost don't want to. It's hard to devise up. Like, okay, this is from this. This is from that. It's really tricky.
Well, look. There's going to be pieces, right? Like, think about this. So, the Regal Robot Chewbacca, the Boba Fett helmet from RS.
Yeah,
right?
That's another one.
That's another one you're going to look at and be like, this is bonkers, right? So there's certain pieces that I think you look at and you go, okay, how do I go from this and do like an unboxing of a hot toy, right?
Yeah.
Like who gives a shit, You know what I mean?
No, you're right.
That's the problem. The difference is so stark. It's crazy.
How are you guys planning on displaying the Boba Fett helmet? Like, I don't want to just put it with all my other helmets. It's going to be something special. I would love to display it on top of a bust. That would be. I asked RS about their bust for both. What's that?
The bust for the Boba is expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, and they kind of said they kind of wanted to stop doing those. To be honest, the Boba Fett costume, they kind of wanted to stop doing it. So
it's pretty in detailed, isn't it? Isn't it? There's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot that goes into it. Yeah,
it's expensive too. You know, I would love to put it on a bust.
I'm gonna do mine similar to how I have my Vader helmets, where it's the display pedestal, the acrylic covering, and then the museum lights, and then it just has the helmet, just single with the plaque. Just again, it gives it that museum style, Matt, especially for a piece like that.
How are you gonna light this thing?
Is
everybody there?
I can't hear you guys. Oh, I can hear you.
Can't hear me?
I think
Matt's switching over. I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay.
Can't hear you, Matt.
He's talking to us.
Never mind. Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Sorry, yeah, I had to switch over. So, yeah, you were saying how am I going to light it?
Yeah,
I have no idea. It looks fantastic with good light on it.
It does,
but I don't. It's not going to look anything. I don't know how I'm going to light it. I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to be able to fit this thing in my Manji case when I get it. To be honest, I have a place I can put it. The problem is, it's going to be in that corner section, so you're not going to really be able to see it as well as I'd like you to. So, I think honestly, and Chris or Steve has said this too. I think these busts look really good outside of cases, like actually sitting on shelves outside. Yeah. And you have to deal with dust and stuff, sure, but they look really, really good that way. But now, how do you light them? I don't know how you light them. I have no idea.
I got so many freaking spotlights in my ceiling. I have them all over the place.
Oh, you have them coming down, so that's even better because that's what you want.
I have spotlights in the ceiling. I have drop ceilings, so I keep adding spotlights for everything, like new shelves that I build and stuff. I actually planned ahead for wires for spotlights in the middle of the room. So I got like 30 lights in my freaking ceiling.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I think the most important part about this piece, Matt, would be if you were to put any lighting on it, would have to focus in the eye, sort of mouth area, because that's the area you want to. I'm just kind of like using my phone light just as an example. So the fur doesn't really need to be, emphasized or highlighted, but I think if you get the eyes and a focus on the face itself would definitely bring a lot more out.
Well, it's the same with anything, right? In movies, they have these things called what do they call it? I mean, they're called eye lights, but it's basically it's to catch that little dot in someone's eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have it pronounced.
That's what makes people look real. Is that little dot, right? They want it brings life to someone, out in somebody. So that's something that people like to do a lot, and even in commercials, TV, all that kind of stuff. So I guess you could try to do something like that with this. I don't know how to do it. To be honest, like other than the way Chris is going to do, where you actually have something mounted on the ceiling and pointed at it. I have no idea. That's something I'm not quite sure what to do about, to be completely honest. Which is a bummer. I mean, I think the way he looks now with the lighting is fantastic, but
could you put a spotlight down on the floor and shine it up to his face?
Yeah, you could, but I mean, I think once I get the shelving up and put him where I'm thinking of putting him, that's going to be a decision of like, can I rig some sort of lighting up without it looking dumb? Like, I got to figure that out. I'm not sure.
Because lighting from the top of his head is not going to, if you put it in a Manji case, you put it like your detox back there. it's not really going to shine on his face. It's going to shine
LED from the top. You mean?
It's going to shine down on his head.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how deep further in you have him, right? Like like the Max Tamaji cases I have, they're gonna be like 23 inches deep or something.
Okay, so how deep is he?
He's only like
16, 17 deep.
Yeah, maybe. If that. More like 14.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's really not that deep. So
the lighting on him right now is pretty great.
It makes him look so luxurious.
And if you go even brighter, it looks even better. It just makes me look like a shithole. I think if you, so he's 38 inches tall around there, and about 14, maybe 15 inches deep, and then I think it was 20. What is he? 26,
25, 26,
25, 6 inches wide.
Did we get any pictures of you hugging it, Matt?
No, not yet. I am going to hug him though at some point. I really, really want to.
I want to love him and hug him and squeeze.
Keeping myself from doing that for a while. I mean, talk about hugging. If you've ever thought about what would it be like to hug Chewbacca, I mean, this is it right here.
Charge $10 a photo op.
Exactly.
Matt, I sent a picture in the moderator chat of a cool table that I saw somebody made for a Falcon. It's really sweet.
Of what is it?
It's a Falcon. It's a table that's lit up and somebody custom made it.
Oh yeah, I see it. That's cool. Yeah, I like that. That's actually really cool. There's no way I could have that in my living room though.
No.
The only way I could do it is to have an actual, for reals, coffee table in my living room and make that work. Yeah, I wanted, what I wanted to do? I wish I could have gotten, I'll see if I can open this up. I wish I could have gotten these and opened Chewbacca with these. Or hold on, let me see if I can share this. Did you guys see these?
Did you see the Boba one? The Boba
yeah, the
one,
Boba Fett one.
Killer. I love them.
I know. But look at this, dude. How funny is this? Freaking Chewbacca shoes, man.
I'd rock those.
I couldn't rock these, but I wish they had kids ones because my kids would destroy these. My little girl would just rock this like crazy.
The Han ones look pretty good.
I have these Chewbacca boxer shorts that my wife absolutely loves. These would go perfect with this.
I bet she does love them.
Oh man, she loves them.
Those are pretty funky. Those are pretty funky.
Those are crazy looking, man.
Yeah, I dig them.
They look a little bit more like Ewok shoes.
Yeah,
to be completely honest, but
not even. That fur is not on Chewbacca whatsoever. That color.
No, but I think they had to make it look
stylistically. Yeah,
they had to make it different than the. You know what I mean? Like to not match the leather.
Okay.
So, how freaking crazy is that, man? That's awesome. I love it.
I remember. So they did a run of these about 12 years ago, and the sneakers actually came on like a card back that looked like the vintage card back.
Yeah.
And that's how. So instead of a shoebox, you got them on a card back, like the plastic bubble over the sneakers.
Interesting.
They're hard to come by now. They look like the Stan Smith Adidas, but yeah, they do some pretty funky pieces. I definitely like the Boba and the Han Solo ones.
Yeah,
they're cool.
They're really cool. I think people were worried that the Boba ones were actually going to be sold in Europe. And I think
the UK something. Yeah, and then I guess they put up for the US like the last day or two.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, man,
Matt, I gotta be honest with you. Like with selling all this stuff, okay, with selling all these vintage figures,
the
money in my PayPal is like it's growing.
Yeah.
So, and I'm saving it to put towards the Chewbacca, but I'm seeing all of these things like more of these. I'm like, it's so hard not to just. Well, I'll just put the Chewbacca off another week. It's just like it's so hard. I just saw a really awesome, like I told you today, 21B. I was like, oh, I want that.
Like actual vintage.
Actual vintage.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I can't do it. Because I got to get that Chewbacca now.
Dude, you'll love it. It's freaking amazing. And once you get that out of the way, honestly, I sold a ton of stuff to be able to get this thing, but I also it was I mean, Chris, it was stressful. Like that's probably the most stressful piece I've had gotten that.
I remember that, Matt. You expressed that it was a little stressful for you.
It was a little stressful. Yeah.
You did say you didn't want to do something like that again.
No, I mean, not anytime soon. Right. I think and honestly, I mean, at that price, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know what I would buy at that price again. This now that I see this, it's worth it, right? It's like, this is crazy, but I don't I personally, I've told you this, Chris, I don't want to be stressed like that again. I don't like collecting and feeling stressed. It's not worth it. It doesn't make it fun. And it makes it just feel, and it's not even so stress like I can't pay for it, I don't have the money. It's not that. It's stress more like you're putting how much money towards
one thing.
Down payment. It's a down payment on a nice car. Yeah,
it's crazy.
I can honestly tell you that I wouldn't have. Okay, if I didn't already start selling my vintage collection figures, I wouldn't have jumped on it. I wouldn't have saw that and said, hey, you know what, I gotta sell stuff to do it. I had already started selling those vintage collector's figures, and then I saw it and I'm like, you know what, I could sell a lot more and get this sucker, but it was like a perfect storm of a lot of things. Us going up there that day, me already starting to sell those figures beforehand, like a week or so beforehand. It was like perfect timing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Rancor was a lot easier for me. I think partly because of some things that I got reimbursed, and some other things that so it just wasn't as nearly as stressful at all. But this one was, this was a lot. So and I wouldn't recommend anybody doing what we did. I think if you can do it, great. If you can't, then no, get as far away from this as you can. It's and to be honest, it's not going to be great in everyone's collection anyway. That's
look great in everybody's collection.
It would look good, but I'm just saying not everyone collects.
Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not going to fit with.
No, and a lot of people probably would be freaked out by this thing. They wouldn't even want this thing in their collection anywhere near it. So
I think it's a niche piece. It's definitely an acquired taste.
It really is.
Matt, Kevin asked me a question in the comments.
Where is it?
It's in the comments. Kevin.
This one?
Yeah.
What's your favorite vintage Star Wars card back that you won't sell in your vintage collection? Is he talking about the new vintage collection?
No, the old vintage, I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
If I had, I love the 4-LOM and Zuckuss. The Empire Strikes Back 4-LOM and Zuckuss. I actually have the figures on card, and I also have the Revenge of the Jedi proof cards for those. So if I had to say my favorite out of all of them, I'd say those two. Now there's a 4-LOM one that's offerless. Okay, so there's the card back has an offer on an Akbar card. Akbar Revenge of the Jedi advertisement. If you can find one that doesn't have an offer on it, like a special offer, they go for mega bucks, like $30,000, $40,000 easily. Yeah.
Jeez.
We're stressing over a Chewy bust.
I know, right? Seriously, can you imagine?
I don't have that. I don't have the offerless one.
Taken out a loan.
I have the Revenge of the Jedi card, proof card.
Chris Red 5 Strong says, Chris, I have about 7 holes in my BC collection. If you are selling any, please let me know.
Vintage collection? You mean like the modern or the?
Probably.
Yeah, probably. I have every one of them, so I'm pretty much selling all of them. I've started already selling some of the major ones, so if he's looking for some of the major ones,
yeah, Red 5, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? I would imagine, I'd imagine he'd have some of the major ones. He might be looking for some of the random ones.
Yeah, well, there's some that are like $100 to $200 a piece.
Yeah,
they're surprisingly they're not like Luke Leia Han. They are, they're a Republic Commando from a video game, and Shea Vizsla from a video game as well. Those are the ones that really go for a lot of money. The weird ones like that.
Well, Red 5, let him know what you need. He needs Bespin Guard.
I don't think I have that one.
You can just DM him.
So yeah, just send me a message. See what you need.
Yeah, DM him, let him know, because only major is Ahsoka.
Yeah, Ahsoka's big bucks.
Yeah.
Did
you already sell that one? Oh,
no, I'm keeping that one. Yeah, I'm keeping that one.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's only gonna go up. It's only gonna go up.
Probably, yeah, you're probably right.
Yep.
Yeah, man, this is crazy, dude.
So Matt, I was asking Steve, and I know he was right when he says like unboxing it and not, having a minute to like take it in.
Yeah.
You do lose a little bit of the momentum, but now that all the hype and anticipation and the talk and the jokes, all that aside, overall, like, what's your? I know you'll love the piece, but what's your overall like reaction?
I mean,
did it live up to the hype?
Oh yeah, I think it surpassed it, I would say. I mean, it looks good on camera. It does. It looks great. I can see it, right? But it's even that much better in person, and it's crazy. Like the amount of, when you start looking at it, and the amount of hair that's on this thing, the layers, the amount of work that went into this thing is just, it's crazy, man.
There's so many different colors in it too.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? Like with mine, I've got all this light on it. You can see all the different layers and all the different stuff. If you look at Jason's, because his lighting is more flat right now, it just looks like it's kind of
one color.
One thing, right? But it's not really like that. That's why I think with pictures, it takes, they take even the pictures the Real Robot takes, right? They take these pictures and it's all lit and it's pretty and it's, but it takes shadows. It takes shadows to really see a lot of the detail and a lot of the stuff. I mean, that's a big part of this thing, right? And it just makes it look even better, I think.
And the small ornate details, like I said, like even some of the intentional wear on the boxes and the scratches and dirt, and even behind places that you wouldn't even look at or bother to see. It just, the fine attention to detail, the piece,
well,
all over.
And I would say this honestly, this looks a lot like, a lot of this hair looks a lot like my hair, where it looks like I have a mixture of like gray and brown, like dark hair. And it's, once you get up close, it's similar, right?
It looks natural.
It's not just dark hair. Like this is like a mixture of all kinds of different colors of hair. It's crazy.
It's like a easy 6-7 different shades. It's got grays. It's got dark brown, light brown. It's got
it's got reds. It's like this kind of reddish.
You know what else is cool about it is the texture of the hair is just like, I mean, in the movie.
Yeah,
like you look at it, it's the same kind of.
Well, Tom said that he like obsessed about
like crazy, right?
Like the hair, the texture of the hair, the color of the hair. Like he like went crazy with it, right? And you gotta realize that, I saw someone in the comments mention, well, it looks the hair doesn't look, the color doesn't look right or something like that. And you got to realize that they not only did they have access to the actual Chewbacca costume. Mm-hmm. So when they're doing all this hair, it's exactly what the Chewbacca costume.
They're matching it verbatim.
Perfectly. Now that doesn't mean I'm styling it as I should necessarily, right? It could be in the costume that when they filmed it, they actually like pulled more of they actually like had more of this tucked away kind of a thing and more hair over top of it. So, it just depends on how you style it, I think, but the color is accurate. And I also think it depends on, the pictures you're looking at, the light that's on it, just like in a movie, out in the sunlight versus underneath, hot lights or, whatever, like it's going to change. So,
what else I like about it is the hair down on the bottom, how it's wispy. Like underneath, and you can kind of see through it. Like it just looks cool. How I don't know. It's not just cut off flat.
That looks
just
better in person too.
Like
that looks better in person too. I've seen a couple pictures where I'm like, it kind of looks a little scraggly at the bottom.
Yeah, like it looks cool.
But when you see it in person, it looks a lot better.
It
just kind of flows off of it, and it's kind of perfect. That's like with the head, right? The head alone. When people that have just the head, it kind of does the same thing at the bottom. It kind of like just kind of goes
just
off,
gives that flow. Yeah. I think the craziest thing in detail, because it's something you can't really see, but the tongue is it's just so detailed and realistic. Even though it's you have to be inches away from it and looking right into his mouth to see it, and then even the teeth. So when you look at like human teeth, and they have that natural discoloration because of the enamel, especially like as you age.
Yep.
It even has that sort of like translucent sort of enamel color to it. It's I don't know. I mean, that's degrees of detail that I don't think.
There's discoloration on the gums too. Like up inside the gums, there's like discoloration inside the gums.
It has like the white versus like the darker pink. Yep. I mean, those are details that most other people would just completely overlook.
His teeth have yellow staining.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah. His teeth have yellow staining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mine actually has a crown, a root canal crown. Like that's
it's got some fillings.
Super detailed. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. It's like that.
Matt, look at his tooth hair. It's got a little chip in it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You see it? It's crazy, right?
Well, that and what does your Chewy nose look like?
So Jason? Up close, it's not completely black. It's almost got a little bit of.
It looks like it's been painted, like the costume, to me.
Yeah, so it looks like it has a little bit of an unfinished area,
right?
But it's intentional.
I think, yeah.
I don't know. I like I saw that. I noticed it immediately, but I like it. I like the look of it.
It's really cool. There's a couple little eye boogers I got to get out.
Tweezers will work good, and then if you do use the air spray, just as don't do it till where it like
honestly that frost. He looks good, man. I'm not going to do a whole lot, to be completely honest. I'm not going to sit here and play with this guy very much. He looks great to me. He looks really good.
I just had fun playing with it. It's enjoyable. But yeah, I cleaned the tongue off. I cleaned the eyes off, and then I just styled them a little bit.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to clean the tongue and stuff off.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, it's not like I have a bunch of hair that's in his eyes or, it's pretty amazing. They did a great job.
It's just nuts, man. The proportions too. It's not even like they made him big just to make him big. It's like spot on.
He's huge.
My hat's off to Tom and his team. I just can't believe this. I can't believe this thing.
It's I know we sound ridiculous.
I must. As people are watching us, and I keep turning and standing.
We sound like a bunch of dumbasses. But yeah, this is amazing. It really is amazing in person. Let's see. Congrats, guys! It's a dope piece for sure. There's no way I could sneak that in the house and tell the wife. Oh, I had to.
I won in a raffle.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, I've been like slowly, little bit by little bit, telling the wife, this is what's coming, this is what's coming, this is what's coming. Just little bits and pieces here, and then recently been like, oh, like how cool is this? And I showed her a couple pictures, and just bits and pieces. I think it's gonna be interesting.
Well, tonight I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna go down and talk to the guys for a little bit. I said, Matt's unboxing his Chewy box. She says, I don't think you should do that because you may end up buying it. I said, I already bought it.
Oh my gosh.
I said, I already bought it. She goes,
she doesn't know you have it?
No, well, she didn't know until tonight. I said, I already did. She goes, you did? I said, yeah. Haven't you seen all those boxes I've been sending out? She goes, yeah. She says, how much did you sell to make that happen? I said, quite a bit.
A lot.
Quite a bit. Yeah.
I had to sell quite a bit too.
Yep. She sees like 4 or 5 boxes go a day,
I'm telling you, man.
I was joking. I told Tom, I said, I'm just going to set up like an ACH direct debit just to my account.
Exactly.
just there you go. His automatic monthly payments.
Just keep it going. Just take it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, and this, we talked about this before, like Regal Robot, as much as I love their stuff, I love it. It's amazing, but my gosh, like even their payment system, right? Even doing payments, it's still a beast of a.
It's a nice dent.
It's a dent. Large. It's gonna be a large dent every month. Even I mean, it is. It really is. So, and you know what? Which I love about them, but it's not like we talked about this before too. It's not like a payment plan that you're paying off over a year, like Jazz Inc. or something like that.
Oh, you're in Sideshow, yeah.
These things are. I mean, the Sideshow Rancor was at least over a year, probably.
Yeah,
right. You have plenty of time to pay that thing off.
Well, didn't they have it in like 4 payments? I think they only did like 4 payments for the Rancor because I ordered that pretty early.
I thought they did 6.
They started off with 6, including the down. It was the down, the deposit, and then the 6. And I think as it got closer, about 6 months ago, they changed it to 4. They did change it to 4 though.
Yeah, they start dropping them. But yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like Regal Robot, usually it's about 3 payments. Yeah. I think the Rancor was 6. Maybe is it going to be 6?
Well, when I initially worked it out with them, it was 2. It was 2 payments.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I worked it out after the fact.
Well, and obviously we haven't ordered that yet, but from what we understand, I mean, most of their stuff is either 3.
Yeah, it's like 3,
possibly 6.
Because when I did the Chewy, I think it was 2, but that's when they first initiated the payment plan. I think it was new; they were kind of testing it, and then when you and Steve had got your orders through, I think it went up to 3. But again, like you said, regardless if it's 2, 3, 4, 6, 10, it's still, even if it's 10, you're still looking at a significant amount. Whereas like the Rancor via Sideshow, 6 payments, you're looking at maybe $150, $200 versus like 6 payments of $500.
But that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is like, let's say 6. Let's say it's 6 payments for what, $3,000 or whatever. You're still talking about freaking $500 a month.
Yeah.
That's going out. I mean, now that let's be honest, some people, i.e. Chris and maybe some other people, have pretty decent sized hot toy payments, right? I don't think you do any. Do you still, Chris? Do you still have a lot? Okay. So some people have a lot, right? And so they're used to quite a bit coming out here and there. So, but that's the thing, right? Like, I've canceled a lot. Like you've said, Jason, it's just a matter of where your priority is, right? Yes. I've canceled a lot. I've sold a lot of things. And so it hasn't been as difficult for me to get a couple things from them now. And so, but I can't imagine having hot toy payments on top of Regal Robot payment. Oh my gosh. Dude.
Yeah, I just, like you said, I don't want it. So I know the direction I'm going in. And yeah, there's a few hot toys I'm looking forward to, but if you go back a year or two where I was I collected only Star Wars, but every Star Wars hot toy that came out, because I didn't have to cherry pick or choose financially between Marvel and Star Wars, collecting strictly Star Wars, anyone that came out I picked up. But now I'm getting to the point where like, and also I'm not a completist. So like the Mythos line, I'm getting a Saj. But it doesn't make me feel like I need all of them because because I'm getting one, I don't need the rest. So I can cherry pick, okay, I want this one versus that one. And that does make, so when a $3,000 piece pops up or a $5,000 piece pops up, I'm telling you, so in most mind tests, it's like, wow, that's so expensive. Yeah, it's so expensive when you have $3,000 in Hot Toys payments and another $2,000 in statue payments. But when I have all that money freed because I'm not purchasing any of those things, it's not that expensive for me because I don't have 15 other things that I'm buying.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it balances. I mean, it definitely balances out. You have to choose your battles wisely. It's hard. It's a hard choice because I see these pieces and I'm just like, wow, that's fantastic. I want it. I love it. But if I have to weigh the pros and cons, I'm going to go with the one that I think better suits my collection.
You know what
Well,
you got
I
to
can
get
honestly
next? You got to get this
bandolier.
The crossbow.
bowcaster.
The bowcaster.
Bowcaster. I want that thing so bad.
So I can honestly say my Hot Toys are going to start slowing down. Not because I don't want a lot of them, but like the Marvel ones, there's not a lot coming out that I like. The movies that are coming up really don't excite me that much. And other than like second season of Mando, I mean, there's really not going to be a lot of Star Wars ones that are coming out that I'm going to want. You know what I mean? So after this year, they may slow down because there's not a lot of things that, other than Mando, probably.
Yeah.
Do you know there's no movies coming out for Marvel that I'm interested in.
I'm guessing this color is more accurate, the bandolier wise too.
Yeah.
This color. I mean, this is like dark brown.
Yeah, if you look at some of the reference, Matt, if you look at some reference images, which I pulled some books out when he came in, even the leather is like spot on. And another thing I noticed, so if you look at where in between the boxes here,
yeah.
So if you see the little like what are they, the grommets, the thing holding the leather in, so they're actually weathered correctly, like they're worn correctly.
Yeah.
They weren't meant to be like even the color on those and the wear on them is like it's just
perfect.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's unbelievable.
I don't know. It's just
Kevin says, congrats guys. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how much more presence you're getting with the shoulders and not just the head.
Yeah, I think the two pieces together.
It is pretty amazing. Yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of people there's people even that have gotten the head that have said, oh man, this thing looks
as a beast.
That looks so much better even with the with the shoulders and the bandolier, it just adds so much more to it. That's one thing I was so bummed. I was so bummed that I missed that head. So bummed.
Well, aren't you glad now you did? Because this
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy that I got this instead. Like this is
But that's normally not the case, though. Normally, if you miss something like that, you're like kicking your ass up in the ass for a long time.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I agree.
Like the Y-wing.
I'm glad that it worked out this way.
If we don't get a Y-wing, it's gonna be. I'm gonna be kicking myself in the ass.
I'm over the Y-wing for a minute. I need to step back from that one.
I'm not. I still want that bastard.
I know.
No, I wanted to, but I'm gonna just tuck it away in the back of my mind and not stress over it.
We'll figure it out.
I'm hoping that my RS shipment comes next week and they're like, "Here,
surprise
Y-wing for you." Yeah, that'd be.
Stop emailing us about
Y-wing. Here's a bonus
Here's
Y-wing for you.
one. Yeah, that one laying around.
Hey, squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
Oh, that'd be funny. We casted a Y-wing. We didn't paint it. We just here's the plastic.
Hey, I painted.
Yeah,
I was actually if I don't get one, I'm probably gonna paint my own. I want one so bad.
Or you could even try another version of it. I mean, there's different versions of it too. So
yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're good. Chris, you're gonna head to bed soon, and
I am. I'm tired. I've been working a lot.
Yeah. Well, anybody that's still hanging around, we appreciate you guys. I got to figure out where to put this son of a bitch. So, thanks guys for coming on, and